And I'm the guide voice, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's the question. So now that we don't have the extra people, I guess, am I doing the descriptions again? Or, like...
See, I told you there's two narrators. There's a guy and a girl.
Live, you know that, right?
Yes. This is all part of the show. Hi, everyone. We don't know what we're doing yet.
Nope, I'm still
Welcome.
on my side.
And now for something completely different.
Totally.
Ooh, musical interlude?
The law.
We're knights of the round table.
Table.
We dance whenever
No. We did that already.
No.
Oh no.
That's the wrong movie.
We did that one.
Always look on the bright side.
No, we haven't done that one yet.
Life. Da-dum.
You're ahead of
Da-dum,
yourself.
da-dum.
What's the song
Oh,
in this
shit.
one, then?
That's 2 weeks from now.
Should I recite some Vogon poetry?
No, that'll kill me.
Alright, we are hot.
Vogot poetry is widely considered
The third worst
Worst.
poetry.
in all of the universe.
That's right, we'll get to that.
Alright.
Spoilers.
So, alright, well, this is Films Done Poorly. Our second episode. Tonight we're doing.
Hearing... Oh, sorry. I'm hearing your aircon really loudly again.
Well, he is in Texas.
I need air conditioning to live. All right. So tonight
I
we're
need
doing
bourbon.
tonight on Films Poorly. We are trying to keep Troy mouth shut. No, tonight we are doing the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. We have on our beautiful panel this evening, Eliza, straight from Australia, fresh out of the COVID camps.
G'day.
We have Rob up in the cursed land of New Jersey.
Hello.
And we have Troy Boulder, who is, if you haven't figured it out, in Colorado. And of course, I'm your host tonight, DB Kim Bravo, camping out, comfortably here in Texas without my air conditioner because of people complaining. All right, so without any further ado, let's go ahead and get this party started.
Okay, so I'm the descriptions.
Yes.
All right. Over darkness, we hear what we will come to know as the voice of the guide.
It is an important and popular fact that things are not always what they seem.
A small square image appears on screen. Home video. The Dolphin Stadium at SeaWorld.
For instance, on the planet Earth, man has always assumed that he was the most intelligent species occupying the planet, instead of the third most intelligent, which was, in fact, entirely accurate.
The dolphins perform, leaping through hoops, etc.
The second most intelligent creatures were, of course, dolphins, who, curiously enough, had long known of the impending destruction of the planet Earth. They had made many attempts to alert mankind to the danger, but most of their communications were misinterpreted as amusing attempts to punch footballs or whistle for tidbits, so they eventually decided they would leave Earth by their own means.
They leap madly, desperately, higher and higher.
The last ever dolphin message was misinterpreted as a surprisingly sophisticated attempt to do a double backward somersault through a hoop while whistling the Star-Spangled Banner, but in fact the message was this: "So long and thanks for all the fish."
Titles roll, full screen, 35mm images. Dolphins leap over and interact with the opening titles, breathtaking somersaults, backflips, choreographed to a Busby Berkeley-style song called So long, and thanks for all the fish. We end with a wide shot of all the dolphins jumping out of the top of the frame, but they never come back down. Tilt up to a starry night sky. The dolphins have vanished. End titles. As night turns to morning, we hear click. Then...
As well as SeaWorld Orlando and San Diego reporting their dolphins have mysteriously disappeared overnight.
Interior, Arthur Dent's bedroom, morning. Close on the clock radio from which the voice emanates. A hand shuts it off. Arthur Dent is awake. 30s, kind-faced. His feet land perfectly in slippers as he stands and shuffles out of his very neat but very boring room. In the bathroom, Arthur gargles in front of the mirror. He bends over to spit, revealing a yellow bulldozer through the window, crawling toward his house. A tea kettle whistles off screen. Interior, Arthur Dent's kitchen, continuous. Arthur sets the newspaper with the headline Dolphins Vanish on the table, removes the kettle, doesn't notice through the window 3 more large yellow bulldozers. He pours a cup of tea, sets the pot down next to his mobile phone. He picks it up, stares at a digital photo on the screen of himself and a very pretty woman, Trisha, at a costume party. He presses the phone to his head as if it were a cold compress. Suddenly, there's a loud rumbling off screen. The teacup rattles. Arthur looks out the window. Now he sees the bulldozers. The teacup shatters on the floor. Exterior, Arthur Dent's house, morning. Arthur, dressed in pajamas and robe, lies in the dirt in front of a bulldozer, blocking it from destroying his house. He yells into his mobile phone.
What do you mean he's gone out to lunch? You just said he was still at breakfast.
Mr. Prosser, a bureaucrat, leans over him. Come off it, Mr. Dent.
Yeah, I'm doing
Okay, go.
Come off it, Mr. Dent. You can't lie in front of the bulldozer forever.
I'm game. We'll see who rusts first.
This bypass has got to be built. It's going to be built. You should have made your protest months ago.
The first I heard of it was when a workman came yesterday. I asked if he'd come to clean the windows, and he said he'd come to demolish the house. He didn't tell me right away, of course. First, he wiped a couple of windows and charged me 20 quid. Then he told me.
Continued. The bulldoze driver, looking guilty, ducks behind the steering wheel. Prosser removes plans from his briefcase.
Look, these plans have been on display. I had to go back down.
Oh, can you not see that? Okay.
These plans have been on display at the planning office for a year.
On display? I had to go down to the cellar.
That's the display department.
I eventually found them in the bottom of a locked filing cabinet in a disused lavatory with a sign on the door saying, "Beware of the leopard."
Mr. Dent, do you have any idea such damage that bulldozer would suffer if I just let it roll straight over you?
How much?
None at all.
Arthur!
Arthur and Prosser turn to see a man cresting a hill, pushing a shopping cart which is filled with beer and bags of peanuts. This is Ford Prefect, wiry, intense. As he heads downhill, he leaps up and rides the cart down towards Arthur's house, like a kid at a supermarket. He rolls right past Arthur and the bulldozers.
Ford?
He leaps off, drags the cart to a full stop.
Arthur! There you are. Here, drink and eat with me. We need to talk.
Now's not the best time, Ford. They're going to demolish my home.
Whoa! You already know? How?
Arthur simply motions to the bulldozer.
Oh.
Yes.
That's a... Oh. When you say they, you mean they. Got it. Listen, I gotta tell you something important, and I gotta tell you now.
But what about my house?
Just time out. Sarah's got a headache. Sad. Okay. Ford looks to Prosser, who is conferring with the bulldozer driver. He pushes the cart over to him. Arthur watches as Ford gestures to Prosser, who waves his hand, and all the dozer engines die. The bulldozer drivers step down, starting to drink the beer and eat the peanuts. Ford returns to Arthur.
Come on, let's go to the pub. He said they won't destroy your house until they finish the beers.
Can we trust him?
I'd trust him to the end of the earth.
And how far's that?
About 12 minutes away.
Interior, village pub, midday. Ford and Arthur enter the half-full pub. Ford hurries to the bar. Arthur follows, cell phone to his ear.
6 pints of bitter, and quickly. The world's about to end.
Ford, are you doing barman?
I shall. Let's see. Oh, yes, sir. Nice weather for it.
He starts to pour pints. Ford shoves bar peanuts into his pockets while Arthur shouts into his phone.
Well, when does he get back from lunch? Or is he gone straight out for tea?
He shuts the phone, sits, looking forlorn.
This is shaping up to be a crap day.
It's about to get a lot crappier.
There you are, sir. 6 points.
Ford slaps down a 50-pound note. The barman's impressed.
Keep the change. You've got 10 minutes to spend it.
That'll be 10
Ford-
more pounds, please.
Ford pushes 3 pints in front of Arthur.
3 at lunchtime.
Time is an illusion. Lunchtime, doubly so.
Very deep. You should send that into the Reader's Digest. They've got a page for people like you.
Drink up.
Why 3 pints?
Muscle relaxing. And eat these. You'll need the salt.
What's going on, Ford?
What would you say if I told you I wasn't really from Guilford, but from a small planet somewhere in the vicinity of Beetlejuice?
Why? Is that the sort of thing you're likely to say?
Remember when we met? The car was racing toward me. I was trying to greet it. You pushed me out of the way.
Quick cut to a street, midday. Ford stands in the middle of the road, extending a hand to a fast-approaching car. Arthur drops his shopping, dives at him, and tackles him out of the way as the car zooms past. Back to Ford in the pub.
Didn't you find it a little strange that I was trying to shake hands with a car?
Well, I assumed you were drunk.
I thought cars were the dominant life form. I was trying to introduce myself.
And that's why you're named after a discontinued car from the 70s.
You saved my life that day. Now I'm saving yours.
Arthur just stares at him, then turns to his beer.
This must be Thursday. I could never get the hang of Thursdays.
Look, it's about your house.
No, it's not that. It's...
He shows Ford the photo of he and Trisha on his phone.
I found her, Ford. The perfect girl. I found her, and then I let her get away. You remember that fancy dress party I told you about?
This isn't a long story, is it? We've only got 6 minutes.
Arthur shakes his head. Ford checks his watch.
Okay, talk and drink. Fancy dress party.
At that flat in Islington. I told you about it last week, remember?
Interior, Islington flat, night. Crowded flat. Everyone is in costume. Loud music blares.
I can't bear those sort of parties. Didn't want to go. Would much rather stayed home and, I don't know, brush the dog. Anything, but there I was, and then there she was.
Arthur, dressed in safari attire, complete with pith helmet, sits off to the side, observing, looking miserable. Who are you? Arthur looks up. Trisha McMillian is dressed in a mid-19th century men's suit with mutton chop sideburns and is holding a taxidermy beagle. and she still looks beautiful. Arthur, ever the gentleman, stands.
I'm Arthur Dent.
No, I mean, who are you?
Oh, the costume. Right. Livingston, I presume. Granted, not as clever as Darwin, but the best I could do on short notice.
You're the first person who's got it right. Everyone keeps calling me Sherlock.
Really? I thought the beagle made it rather obvious.
He pets the dog. She smiles. He smiles back. A camera flashes. Jump cut to the balcony. It's the same line again, so I ignored it.
Yeah.
Yes. Arthur has just taken a digital photo of he and Trisha on his cell phone. They look at the screen image and laugh.
She was amazing, Ford. Witty and beautiful and brilliant. 4 or 5 degrees. One in math, one in astrophysics, another in biology.
I've got so many degrees, I'm officially unemployable. Let's drink to that. They clink their wine glasses, take sips, continue to chat.
And just as I was asking myself, why is this stunning and intelligent woman even giving me the time of day? Out of nowhere, she says,
Let's go somewhere.
yeah, it's a bit noisy. There's a lovely little cafe around the corner.
I was thinking Madagascar.
Is that a new club on Dean Street?
No, it's a country off the coast of Africa.
Oh, that Madagascar. Right, off we go then. Good God, you're serious.
She nods. Arthur isn't sure how to react.
Well, that's an extraordinary proposition, but I can't just up and go. What about my job?
Quit. Get a new one when we return.
I can't just... What about my house? Who would feed my dog?
Bring him with.
He's a Welsh collie. He'd feel all out of place in Madagascar.
Trillian forces a smile, clearly disappointed.
You don't want to go to Madagascar.
Boulder, say forward. Come on.
Oh, wait.
Do it. Get back down.
You don't want to go to Madagascar.
They both turn to face Sayford Beeblebrox, very charming, extremely handsome, whose attire seems very otherworldly. Knee-high boots, a yellow sash.
Hi, I'm Sayford Beetlebrox, President of the Galaxy. Of course, you probably already knew that. I'm headed for the last and distant planet. Would you like to see my spaceship?
I went to refresh our drinks. When I came back, she was gone.
Exterior. Back in the pub. Arthur stares into his beer, plagued at this loss.
Would you like to see my spaceship? Really? What sort of chat up line is that?
More popular than you think.
I've left messages, sent letters. It's like she's vanished off in the face of the earth.
Hey, it happens. Speaking of,
Pulling a blinking electronic device from his satchel.
we've got 2 minutes, so drink up.
There's a roar of engines and a loud crash outside. Arthur and everyone else in the pub looks up.
My house!
He runs out. Ford rises, grabs 2 handfuls of peanuts from the bowl, tosses the barman all the money in his pocket.
Around for everyone. On me.
Border?
You really think the world is going to end? Shouldn't
Ford
we
nods.
lie down or something? Put a bag over our head? Something?
If you want.
Will it help?
Not really.
He gives everyone in the bar a friendly salute. Exits.
Last orders then.
Exterior, street outside the pub, midday. Arthur runs up the road towards his house, which is being bulldozed. Ford strides casually behind in the distance.
Stop! Stop, you bastards!
Arthur suddenly stops running and covers his ears as we hear the loudest rumble in motion picture history. A gigantic yellow spaceship, picture a concrete tower block, sweeps overhead. Ford hits the deck. Arthur is blown sideways. Trees are uprooted. Ford rises and hurries to the rubble that was Arthur's house. He digs around near the exposed toilet and comes up with a towel. He hurries to Arthur's side. Another ship screams over, blowing them down again. Rain is knocked out of the clouds and lands in one big thwomp. Everywhere is soaked.
Ford.
No.
Oh, Arthur. The
Oh,
bold
my
line.
bad. What the hell are those things?
Ships from a Vogon constructor fleet. I picked up their signal this morning.
He shows Arthur his blinking sense-o-matic device. Oh, sorry about that.
Here, you'll need this.
He tosses Arthur the towel. Then he removes a short black rod, his electronic thumb. He sticks it out. Internal. Oh, yeah, satellite tracking station. Picture mission control in Houston. Workers scramble. Monitors line the walls showing hundreds of news reports from around the globe. Panic, chaos, and pandemonium. Suddenly, there's a loud hum through the speakers, followed by loud gargles and screeching. Then,
People of Earth, this is Prosthetic Vogon Jelts of the Galactic Hyperspace Planning Council.
interior, a suburban breakfast room. A family at breakfast, baffled that their cutlery, bowls, and glasses resonate with the sound of Jeltz's voice.
As you are probably aware, plans for the development of outlying regions of the galaxy involve the building of a hyperspace express route through your star system.
Exterior, Oxford Street, electronics store. Several patrons watch the wall of TVs, all projecting a snowy, distorted image. Jeltz's voice blares through the speakers.
And unfortunately, your planet is one of those scheduled for demolition. The process will take slightly less than 2 of your Earth minutes. Thank you.
Through the window behind them, throngs of people stampede down Oxford Street, screaming. Exterior, satellite tracking station. A technician speaks urgently into a microphone while his co-workers watch the chaos on the monitors behind.
Hello, can you hear me?
Interior, Vogon constructor ship bridge. The Vogon ship is like a waterlogged old Skoda.
There's no point in acting all surprised about it. The plans and demolition orders have been on display at your local planning office in Alpha Centauri for 50 of your Earth years. So, you've had plenty of time to launch formal complaints.
Exterior, field by Arthur's house, continuous. Ford grabs hold of Arthur's shirt, extends the thumb. Interior, the pub. Pull back from jukebox. The pub seems deserted.
What do you mean you've never been to Alpha Centauri? Oh, for heaven's sake, mankind, it's only 4 light years away. You know, I'm sorry, but if you can't be bothered to take an interest in local affairs, then it's your own lookout.
Pull back farther. People lay on the ground with paper bags on their heads. Interior, Vogon constructor ship bridge. Jeltz turns. He's large, green, and walrusy.
Apathetic, bloody planet. I've no sympathy at all. Energize the demolition beams.
One of his walrusy first officers pushes a yellow button. Big shot from space, looking down on Earth. As all the Vogon ships simultaneously send down a beam of yellow light. Glowing fireballs travel down the beams toward Earth. On impact, they bore into the surface.
Detonate.
Like a giant casino going down in Vegas, there are a few small explosions and then the Earth implodes, just collapses in on itself. Gone. The Vogon ships slowly retreat in formation, leaving nothing but darkness and stars. Then, a distant red glow appears. As it gets nearer, we see that it says, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is a wholly remarkable book.
The title draws nearer. We see that it sits on an electronic book with lots of buttons.
Perhaps the most remarkable, certainly the most successful book ever to come out of the great publishing corporations of Ursa Minor.
The book opens revealing 2 screens. Images appear, a star map, layers of data, captions, video, animations.
More popular than the Celestial Home Care Omnibus, better than the F-53, more things to do in zero gravity, and more controversial than Orlon Colliford's trilogy of philosophical blockbusters, Where God Went Wrong, some more of God's greatest mistakes, and who was this God person anyway?
Now the images rise up from the screen like holographs as the book presents itself like some high-tech infomercial.
In many of the more relaxed civilizations on the outer eastern rim of the galaxy, the Hitchhiker's Guide has already supplanted the great Encyclopedia Galactica as the standard repository of all knowledge and wisdom. For though it has many omissions and contains much which is apocryphal, or at least wildly inaccurate, it scores over the older, more pedestrian work in the 2 important respects. First, it is slightly cheaper, and second, it has the words "Don't Panic" printed in the large friendly letters on its cover.
The book closes. The words "Don't Panic" appear just below the title, blinking like a tacky diner marquee. Pull back from the guide to find Arthur holding it, the blinking light illuminating his very disoriented face. Interior, hold of Vogon constructor ship, night. Arthur, in total shock, holds up the guide.
So you're not from Guildford, which would explain the accent, which I've always wondered about. And you're not an out-of-work actor, but rather a writer for this book thing.
Ford nods. Arthur rubs his weary brow.
I don't feel well. I need a cup of tea.
That's the saddest line. There's no more tea. Anyway, Ford hands him a fistful of peanuts.
Here, eat these. If you've never been through a transmat beam before, you've probably lost some salt and protein.
Arthur eats some peanuts, sits up, squints. Ford feels his way around the room, looking for something.
If I asked where we were, would I regret?
We're safe. For now.
Good.
We're in a storage hold on one of the ships of the Vogon constructor fleet.
Obviously, some strange usage of the word safe I wasn't previously aware of.
Is it?
Tell me you're joking.
Okay, I'm joking.
And do a reassuring little laugh. Now tell me where we really are.
In the storage hold of a gun constructor ship.
Ford continues his search. Arthur's breathing quickens.
Get me home, Ford.
Home? Arthur, your home is...
Oh, God. It was demolished. I've got to reach my lawyer. I've got to reach my lawyer. He must be back from lunch by now.
He pulls out his cell phone, desperately punches numbers. Ford flips on a light switch, revealing a messy chamber full of alien junk and old mattresses.
You don't remember, do you? Okay. I've got something to tell you. It ain't going to be easy, but we're going to have to just deal, okay?
Good God. Is this really the interior of a flying saucer?
Yeah? Why?
Shot. Deep space. The Vogon fleet in flight.
Well, it's a bit squalid, isn't it?
Hey, man, you're in denial.
Interior. Vogon constructor ship bridge. Jeltz consults one screen after another. At last, he sees Ford and Arthur. His walrusy eyes narrow. Back in the sleeping quarters, minutes later.
Blown up. Blown up? Couldn't you have done something?
I did. I saved you.
But there's 6 billion other people.
And all those ants.
Yes, but ants aren't exactly people.
And now you're thinking like a Vogon. I saved your life, okay? Which makes us even. Next thing.
Ford throws Arthur a towel. Arthur looks confused.
It's a tough galaxy. You want to survive out here, you really got to know where your tower is. Now, give me a hand over here.
Arthur joins Ford near a rusty ventilation pipe.
Careful, it's hot.
He slides the towel behind the pipe, holding each end of it. Arthur does the same.
We've got to get off the ship before the Vogons find us. Vogons hate hitchhikers, which is why they make their ships with walls that don't allow sub-Etna signal to pass through. So we've got to send the signal up and out if we want to catch a ride. Here, pull.
They both pull. A section of pipe snaps off. Steam shoots out. Ford holds the black thumb under the pipe.
What's a Vogon?
Ask the guy. Say Vogons.
Ford continues turning dials. Arthur lifts the guide.
Vogons.
The word Vogons floats up does something. Into his field of vision.
Vogons are one of the most unpleasant races in the galaxy. Not evil, but bad-tempered, bureaucratic, officious, and callous. They wouldn't even lift a finger to save their own grandmothers from the ravenous bug bladder, beast of trial without orders signed in triplicate, sent back, queried, lost, found, subjected to public inquiry, lost again, and finally buried in soaked peat for 3 months and recycled to firelighters.
Your air conditioning is so loud at the moment.
Mate, it's bloody awful, I've got to say.
I'm sorry. It's just so, like, in my face.
Sorry.
Arthur touches how to have fun with.
Is this better?
For fuck's sake.
I'm working on it. I'm sorry.
It's all right. I'm in a cavernous pit. It's fine.
I'm just trying
Okay,
to.
Arthur touches how to have fun with.
The best way to get a drink out of a Vogon is to stick your finger down its throat.
Arthur touches what to avoid.
On no account should you allow a Vogon to read poetry to you.
They can't. Troll, you're already done.
You're going to read the poetry. He's got to read the poetry.
They can't think. They can't imagine. Most of them can't even spell. They just run things.
Turns dial in opposite direction.
And if we don't get a ride soon, you won't need the guide to illustrate just how unpleasant the Vogons can be. They've destroyed a planet. That makes them a little feisty.
It can't be gone. It can't be.
Grabbing the guide, shouting.
Earth!
Shh.
Earth! Earth.
An image of the Earth appears on the guide screen.
Harmless.
Arthur waits and waits. The Earth image fades away.
That's it. That's all this idiotic book has to say about my home. Harmless?
Hey, there are 100 billion stars in the galaxy, and only a limited amount of space in the book's microcosmos. No one knew much about Earth. That's why I was there. To expand the entry, I fired off a new one to the editor before I got stranded.
What does it say now?
mostly harmless.
Before Arthur can react, a speaker hums to life with screeching howls and gargles. Arthur cups his ears.
Ah, what the hell is that?
Here, put this in your ear.
Ford removes a small yellow fish from his pouch. He moves to put it in Arthur's ear. Arthur struggles.
What? Stop! Don't come near me with...
The loud gargling noise continues. Ford has to wrestle to get the fish in Arthur's ear.
Ah, what's happening?
As he succeeds, the noise mutates to the Vogon captain's voice. Arthur looks incredulous.
This is your captain speaking. So stop whatever you're doing and pay attention. The fish, it's translated for you. According to our instruments, we have unwittingly picked up a couple of hitchhikers who must be apprehended. And
Arthur doesn't want to hear any of this. Pulls the fish back out of his ear. Ford struggles, shoves it back in Arthur's ear again.
And this is not a taxi service for degenerate freeloaders.
The door bursts open. A Vogon guard enters, grabs Ford and Arthur. They struggle. Boulder, you want to be the guard? The struggle continues. As they're dragged out the door, Arthur continues to try to yank the fish out of his ear. Ford wrestles with him, trying to keep it in.
The babblefish.
Sorry, go.
The babblefish is small, yellow, leech-like, and probably the oddest thing in the universe.
Interior, Vogon ship corridor. A bleak corridor. The Vogon guard pushes a still struggling Arthur and Ford down it.
It feeds on brainwave energy, absorbing unconscious frequencies and excreting a matrix of conscious frequencies to the speech centers of the brain. The practical upshot of which is that if you stick one in your ear, you instantly understand anything said to you in any language.
Arthur continues to struggle until he passes a portal window. He backs up to look out.
Now, it is such a bizarrely improbable thing that it is so mind-bogglingly useful. Could it have evolved in the universe purely by chance that many thinkers have chosen to see this as a final clinching proof of the non-existence of God?
Arthur's point of view of space through the window, beautiful purple-orange clouds of swirling stars and gases.
My bad, sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry.
That was space.
All right. Ready? One moment. The argument goes something like this. I refuse to prove that I exist, says God, for proof denies faith, and without faith I am nothing.
It's finally sinking in. He's in deep space.
But, says man, the babblefish is a dead giveaway. It proves you exist, and so, therefore, you don't. Oh dear, says God, I hadn't thought of that, and promptly vanishes in a puff of logic.
The guard yanks Arthur away, pushes him forward with Ford.
Most leading theologians claim that this argument is a load of dingo's kidneys, but that didn't stop Ulan Colafid from making a small fortune when he used it in the central theme of his best-selling book. Well, that about wraps it up for God.
Arthur looks lost and confused. They approach a set of double doors. He stops. The guard shoves him forward.
Resistance is useless.
Ford?
Don't panic. If we're lucky, they'll throw us out into space.
And if we're unlucky?
Of Ford's apprehensive look, we cut to interior, Vogon constructor bridge. Arthur and Ford are strapped against two concrete pillars with hundreds of elastic bands. A strange and lethal-looking device descends from the ceiling. Looks like an instrument of torture. As the device descends, Jeltz fishes a jeweled crab out of a gunky trough and smashes it with a hammer. Blam! Jeltz takes the device in his hand, then blows in it. We hear feedback. It's a microphone, like ones used to introduce boxes. He taps it. This thing on? It is. He faces them, holds up a book entitled something, smirks, then begins to read Vogon poetry. And I reckon Boulder should read this. Because
Oh,
his brand.
fretted grunt buggery. Thy superstitions are to me as lead lord gobbled cots on a lurgid bee.
Ford writhes in pain, as does Arthur, but less so.
Vogon poetry is widely accepted as the third worst in the universe.
Ford vibrates like he's having an epileptic seizure. Arthur just looks like he has a migraine.
The second worst is that of the Asgoths of Krea. During a recitation of their poet master Grunthos, the flatulent of his poem Ode to a Small Lump of Green Putty I found in my armpit one midsummer morning, for his audience died of internal hemorrhaging, and not the president of the Mid-Galactic Arts Nobbling Council survived by gnawing one of his own legs off.
Spasms rack Ford's body. He screams. Arthur squints.
Or shall I rend thee in the gobblewots with my burgle crunchum? See if I don't.
Ford's entire body tenses, arches, then goes limp. Arthur lets out an audible sigh as the poem ends.
The absolute worst poetry was written by Paul and Nancy Millstone Jennings of Sussex. It involved decaying swans. Luckily, it was destroyed when the Earth was.
So, Earthlings, I present you with a simple choice. Either die in the vacuum of space, or tell me what you thought of my poem.
Ford is spent, can't say a word. Arthur looks up.
Actually, I rather liked it.
Jeltz looks surprised. Ford notices, whispers to Arthur.
Good tact. Run with it.
Some of the words I didn't quite understand, but I found the imagery quite effective.
Continue.
And, interesting rhythmic devices which seem to counterpoint the surrealism of the underlying metaphor of the humanity.
Vagonity.
Vagonity of the poet's soul, which contrives through the medium of the verse structure to the subliminate.
Whatever it was.
The poem was about.
Jeltz rubs one of his chins, then smiles and claps slowly.
Damn.
What?
I think you just saved my life again. An astute analysis. Very impressive.
Turning to the guard,
Throw them off the ship.
the guard grabs them, drags them out of the bridge.
Resistance is useless.
Cannot plug the surrealism of underlying metaphor. Death's too good for them.
Jeltz picks up his fishing rod, goes for another crab. Interior, Vogon ship corridor, moments later. The guard shoves them into the airlock. Interior, airlock. They sit, panting. Arthur stares forward.
So, this is it? We're going to die?
Yes. No. Wait. What's the switch?
Reaching for it.
No, it's nothing. Yeah, we're gonna die.
Arthur sits for a moment, then oddly chuckles to himself.
You know, it's at times like this when I'm trapped in a Vogon airlock with a man from Beetlejuice and about to die of asphyxiation in deep space that I really wish I'd listened to what my mother told me when I was young.
What? What'd she tell you?
I don't know, I didn't listen.
Ford folds his towel into a tiny square, holds it up towards Arthur. He raises an eyebrow. Will this help?
You're sweating.
Ford dabs Arthur's brow. They stare forward at the airlock door. Long pause. Nothing happens. What are you... Oh, that's why you were dabbing. I was like, what are you doing?
Dabbing yourself.
Dabbing.
No, not
They
doing
look
that.
at each other, shrug. They might be okay. Then, whoosh, the bottom drops out. They're sucked down and out. Exterior, deep space. Ford and Arthur spin away from the ship, holding their breath. The guide slips out of Arthur's pocket.
Space, says the introduction to the Hitchhiker's Guide. It's big, really big. You just won't believe how vastly, hugely, mind-bogglingly big it is. I mean, you may think it's a long way down the road to the market, but that's just peanuts compared to space, and so on.
The weightless guide twirls away. Arthur reaches for it. The words, "Don't panic," are light.
It also says that if you hold a lung full of air, you can survive in the total vacuum of space for about 30 seconds. But with the space being really big and all, the chances of being picked up within that time are 2 to the power of 207,677,594,000 to 1 against.
Something else falls out of his pocket. His digital phone with the photo of he and Trisha at the fancy dress party.
Which, by a staggering coincidence, is also the telephone number of the Islington flat where Arthur once went to a fancy dress party and met a very nice girl whom he totally failed to connect with.
He reaches for the phone. It's just beyond his fingertips. His eyes widen with fret as the phone tumbles away. Then, woof! Space seems to stretch and bend. A tiny hole appears, then opens wide. Paper hats and party balloons fall out, then drift away. The hole flips inside out. Arthur and Ford are enveloped, then replaced by a stunning, sleek starship, the Heart of Gold. 2 to the power of 100,000 to 1 against, and falling. Interior, Heart of Gold, receiving bay, night. In the middle of this high-tech receiving bay sit 2 ornate gold brocade sofas. 2 to the power of 10,000 to 1 against, and falling. The sofas shake a little.
Ford,
Yes?
I think I'm a sofa.
I think I know how you feel.
A long pause. Both sofas begin to thrash in panic. 5 to 1 against, and falling. A pair of arms and legs pop out of each sofa. 4 to 1 against, and falling. Interior, Heart of Gold, bridge, night. Close on a monitor, which plays a news report.
And of course, the top story is still the sensational theft of the new improbability drive. Prototype ship, Heart of Gold. Last week, stolen at the launch ceremony by none other than the Galactic President, Zaphod Beetlebrooks. Yeah. So, in the name of the people, the freedom, and I don't know, democracy and stuff like that, I hereby declare this ship officially stolen.
Pull back to reveal Zaphod Beetlebrooks leaning towards the TV, watching with a very satisfied grin. 3 to 1, 2 to 1. Annoyed, he turns. There's a woman with red hair, Trillian, her back to him, reading numbers off a console display and speaking into a microphone. Probability factor of 1 to 1. We have normality. I repeat, we have normality. Anything you still can't cope with is therefore your own problem. Please relax. You will be sent for soon.
Hey, do you mind? I can't see. Hey.
Trillian turns, and we now recognize her as Trisha from the fancy dress party. Her hair is shorter and bright red. She looks amazing. Can we put your ego aside for one moment? Something important has happened.
Is there anything more important? My ego on this ship? I want it caught and shot right now.
He turns back to the TV and turns it up.
The question everyone seems to be asking is, has the big Z finally flipped? We asked his private brain care specialist, Gay Halfront.
Well, Zaphod is just this guy, you know?
The TV suddenly clicks off. Zaphod spins. Trillian's holding a remote.
Hey.
We have a couple of hitchhikers in our receiving bay. His head jerks upwards. He quickly grabs it with his hands and shoves it back down. I didn't pick them up. The ship did.
Huh? What?
When you engage the improbability drive.
I didn't engage no drive.
We picked them up in sector ZZ9 plural Z alpha, where you picked me up.
That's impossible.
No, just very, very improbable.
I don't have time for this. Look, we've got the police and half the galaxy after us. We need to pick up these hitchhikers. Okay, so 10 out of 10 for style, but about several million for good thinking, huh?
He reaches for a high-tech gun on the wall. She stops him. Don't. I'll send Marvin. Marvin! Zaphod rolls his eyes as a humanoid robot rises from its seat behind them. This is Marvin. He trudges, slump-shouldered, towards Zaphod.
I think you ought to know I'm feeling very depressed.
We have something to take your mind off things.
It won't work. I have an exceptionally large mind.
I know. Go down to number 2, entry bay, and bring the 2 aliens up here.
Just that.
Yes.
I won't
Can we
enjoy
pause?
it. Yeah, time out. Ken, that thing is
You've got to
extremely
turn
loud.
that.
I
It's
can't.
extremely loud. Yeah, it's making my
I'm
brain
wearing a
go,
headset,
"Ah!"
and it's like,
Yeah. It's insane.
And can we do it just like an all around 2-minute timeout?
Yeah, sure.
All right, be back.
All right, cool.
Okay.
I'm gonna mute. So, give me a sec. Okay.
It was making me very depressed. Serenity.
that's better.
How's the serenity? So much serenity. Have you seen the movie, The Castle? It's such a good movie. Classic Australian. Highly recommend.
The
So
the
good.
Castle is also
Yes.
an American movie.
American TV show, yes, but a totally different thing.
No. Castle is an American TV show. The Castle is an American movie with Robert Redford.
Oh, okay. Or is it called just Castle? Let me see.
My friend Chad used to write for Castle, the TV show, but The Castle is a movie about military penitentiaries.
Here we go. Yeah, The Castle. It's an Australian movie. I think it's from the 90s or the early 2000s. Yeah, 1997. Michael Caton, Stephen Curry. Yay. It's so good. Eric Bana.
Dude,
when he was
hold on
still
a second.
Australian.
I'll be right back. Don't start without me.
You're lucky it's not a horror movie. Never, ever, 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 ever say, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. It's just me here now. Okay. Let's talk about the rules of horror movies, even though we're totally not in one now, and I'm totally not going to check behind me. Okay, no, that's good. Look, he wasn't wrong. Randy was not wrong, and Randy should not have died, and I was really annoyed by it. I'm just saying. Controversial? Not at all.
I just turned on a fan in my room. Am I good? You're not hearing it?
I can hear it.
I can totally hear it. Welcome to my world.
Let's all turn on loud fans. I need a loud fan.
How loud is it on your end?
Oh, now it's
not
quiet.
bad at all.
It's okay, yeah.
I didn't touch it.
I could hear it for a second, but
It's like, am I whistling?
yeah, kind of.
I can't whistle.
Whistling done poorly by Eliza.
I tried out for Snow White once in a play. And I was like, oh, whistle while you work. Like, oh.
I need air conditioning. Just try to get it as far away from my thing as possible. How is it still roaring? Is it bad? Is it better? What?
That's a bit better. Yeah. It was
Yeah,
just
it's
really
not so
like,
insane.
it was really like hurricaney. It was like, oh.
I just need airflow, really. It's just too fucking muggy in here. So I sent a link to the show in Discord and I put on YouTube or I put on Facebook. So share it out to somebody around. I don't know. I don't care. It's a global reach we have.
Border
Yep.
asked to wait. He's having a bathroom break.
His video froze anyways. So.
Oh, yeah, I think he's minimized his thing.
Nah.
Is the cat back? Bonnie, my dog, was hunting a cat before, but then the cat keeps coming back.
So we're like halfway through, yeah?
Are we?
I'm not sure.
Actually, I might bathroom break. I'll be back.
See, what I need is like an intermission pop up.
Yeah, exactly.
See if I can find
You need to get one of those little Segway things.
All right.
So I only have like 1/3 of my beer left. So I'm torn. So I don't want to get another one. I will survive.
Bam! All right, here we go. One of these days, they'll get all this figured out and make it all nice and cool and shit out.
Yeah, we're doing better though.
Yeah.
Is this still going out live or did you pause the live?
It's still going live.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, I'm gonna do this. Oh, let's see.
Doesn't matter to me, I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Apparently there's 2 people watching.
Yeah, me and who else is watching? So far, 4 views.
Ah, there's
she
those
chose it.
Sander fans. Excellent. I'm home again.
It's me and so far it's just me and you watching. That's awesome. Oh,
All right.
she's got it on in the background. So, yeah, I don't feel so bad. Stories.
Meanwhile, it's incredibly cold here. It's at least like
2.
20 degrees Celsius.
What is
It's
that?
not
Just like-
cold.
It's like
That's
55,
freezing.
60 degrees. It's a nice spring day.
Yeah, it's a bit chilly, but it's all right.
20 Celsius is not cold in the least.
No,
Yeah.
like I said, it's a nice spring day where you're at.
I may have just been poking fun at Australians. But no, it has been getting quite chilly. Like, yeah, it's 21 degrees at the moment, but the wind is cold.
I'll tell you how
Same
hot it
day.
is. In this great state of Texas, it is currently 84 degrees Fahrenheit, the way America designed it.
See, that's a good temperature. That's nice. That's like 30s.
Well, it's also midnight.
True. Yeah, it should have cooled down by now.
No, it's not going to cool down. Our low is supposed to be 75.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're showing 77 here.
Goodness gracious.
Tomorrow's high, 106.
Yay! Like
For the-
43 or something. 41, 42.
For the 42nd straight day.
Wow.
Yeah. We haven't had
Yeah, this will
rain.
be my first North Queensland summer. Apparently, yeah, it was like your weather, your Texas weather, but yeah, apparently last year. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah,
How long does it take?
He's probably good. We probably just press on.
Yes.
And okay. And we're back.
Okay. So I guess okay, so someone else read save word until he gets back.
I got you.
All right.
All right, so Marvin, you're right there.
Just that.
Yes.
I won't enjoy it.
She's not asking you to enjoy it. So okay.
She's not asking you to enjoy it. Just do it, will you?
All right, I'll do it.
Marvin turns and trudges away. Then he turns again.
I'm not getting you down at all, am I?
No, Marvin. It's fine, really. It's just part of life.
Life. Don't talk to me about life.
He's moving.
Hold it back.
Am I muted? What the hell?
Dude, you were taking must have been taking a dump. I muted you for a minute, okay? Calm
No,
down.
I've been talking for like 3 minutes trying to get you guys to. Okay, where are we? Here we go. Here we go.
Marvin trudges away. A door slides open for him and makes an audible, satisfied sigh as it does. I want to be the doors. Exterior, deep space, night. The heart of gold cruises around a bright star. Interior, bridge of Vogon destroyer ship, night. A light blinks on a console. A Vogon captain turns a dial, listens through his headset. He punches a few buttons. Commander Qualtz, green and walrusy like Jeltz, appears on the large monitor, sitting in his chair at command headquarters.
Commander Quartz, we've located the spaceship Heart of Gold and President Bieber Brox. Sector ZZ9, plural Z Alpha. Requesting hyperspace clearance.
What
Hold
do you want to be called?
your position, Captain, until clearance is granted.
Interior, Vogon Command Headquarters. Moments later, Qualt sits at the end of a concrete war room table.
Get me the Vice President.
Approximately 15 Vogons sit around the table, murmuring sporadically. A Vogon messenger runs up, holding papers. Qualtz takes them, signs, the next page, and the next. He hands them back to the messengers, who has been jogging in place the whole time. He runs off. The Vogon captain appears on the large screen before him.
Hyperspace permission granted, Captain.
Exterior, space, night. Oh, there's a question mark after space. Anyway, 100 rectangular Vogon ships blast forward. Interior, heart of gold, receiving bay, night. Arthur looks around and notices the room is gleaming white. High tech, brand new. Plastic still on some stuff.
Now, this is more like my idea of a spaceship. Look at all these buttons.
Shh.
They listen, hear footsteps.
This way.
He pushes a button. The door slides open with a satisfied as they walk through. Interior, hog, corridor, night.
Thank you for using.
Okay.
Shut
Thank
up.
you for using this door. I've been enjoyed for you.
They leap through to the other side. That's okay. That's hilarious. They leap through to the other side as the door closes.
Ghastly, isn't it?
They whip around to find Marvin standing before them.
I've been ordered to take you up to the bridge. Here I am, brain the size of a planet. And they ask me to take you up to the bridge. Call that job satisfaction? 'Cause I don't.
Marvin turns and walks away. They shrug to each other and follow. Marvin passes through another door that opens with the same wah.
What a pleasure it is to open for you. I will gladly close for you now.
The door closes.
All the doors in this spacecraft have a cheerful and sunny disposition. It is their pleasure to open for you, and their satisfaction to close again with the knowledge of a job well done.
The door repeats its whole closing and opening routine again.
Hateful, isn't it? You can thank the marketing division of the Sirius Cybernetics Corporation for building robots with GPP. GPP? Genuine people personalities. I'm a personality prototype. You can tell, can't you? Sorry. Did I say something wrong? Pardon me for breathing. Which I never do anyway, so I don't know why I even bother to say it. Oh God, I'm so depressed.
They round a corner.
And then I've got this terrible pain in all the diodes down my left side. I've asked for them to be replaced, but no one ever listens. Really? Wonder why.
Probably because it's so negative.
Yes, I know, I was being... Never mind.
They continue on. Interior, heart of gold, bridge. Moments later. Hanging on the wall is the official presidential portrait, featuring Zaphod, who sports a very smart suit and a fake politician's smile. Tilt down to the door, which opens to reveal Ford, Arthur, and Marvin.
I've brought the aliens. Don't thank me or anything.
Zaphod spins around in his chair, holding a gun, but sporting that same politically correct smile.
Hey, freeze.
Arthur and Ford throw their hands up. Marvin doesn't.
Do you mean just sit in a corner and rust, or just fall apart where I'm standing?
Haha, wasn't talking to you.
Zaphod?
Is he? Is it you? Is he?
Zaphod gives Ford a big bear hug. He pulls away, then playfully punches Ford in the arm.
Practical Effects. Yo, Zark and Hoppy. What the hell are you doing here?
I don't know. Just stuck out the thumb, and here I am.
That is so you.
And look at you, President. Last time I saw you, you were a beach bum.
Is it a great galaxy or what? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Boom. I still can't believe this. Is he? Yeah, on my ship.
Hey, it's Ford now.
What?
My name. It's Ford Prefect. I picked it up.
Okay, Ford. Okay, you Zarkin Ford.
They embrace, tussle, punch arms. They bump into Arthur.
Oh, this is Arthur. Arthur, this is Zaphod Beaverbrox. My cousin, semi-half brother.
He shares half the same three mothers as me.
We've met.
Have we? Sorry, I got a terrible memory for species.
Before Arthur can explain, Trillian enters. Everything okay?
Hey, come here. You won't believe this. Sorry, Ford. This is
Trisha McMillan?
Arthur? Arthur is stunned silent. He goes to her, making sure she's really there. He's speechless. She smiles and gives him a friendly embrace.
I can't believe this. I've been looking and you're here? I went to get wine and...
I know, and it was rude to just leave, but I told you I wanted to get away, and he had a spaceship parked outside. Well, honestly, I assumed you were a sort of stay at home and read a book type. But you're here. Arthur smiles, then realizes with some regret.
Actually, I am that type, but, well, you do know what happened, don't you?
Zaphod steps in between them, puts his arm around Arthur.
Hey, Ford picked them up. They hitched a ride, and here we are. Now, enough small talk. Trill, we're on the run, remember? I stole this ship.
We're having a bit of a chat, if you don't mind.
Arthur shoves Zaphod's hand off his shoulder. Oddly, Zaphod reacts with a smile, and then his head shoots all the way up, revealing a second head that lives somewhere under his chin.
You blew it with the Earthman. Shut up, or I'll kick you in the groins.
There's the Zaphod I remember.
Arthur recoils in horror, instinctively raises his fists. Zaphod wrestles with Head 2, while a third arm springs out of Zaphod's chest and punches Arthur in the jaw. Arthur buckles and hits the floor.
You should learn a lesson, boy. He's a guest on this ship.
I thought you said you stole it.
Fine, get technical.
A klaxon sounds. Red lights flash. Zaphod, Head 2, hurries to the console. Ford follows. Trillian hurries to Arthur, who nurses his jaw. Are you all right?
I feel like a bloody idiot. I've spent all week looking for Trisha McMillan, and this isn't even your name.
It is my name. I shortened it.
Trillian!
Well, I'm still Arthur. Just plain average one-headed, doesn't own a spaceship Arthur. Sorry to disappoint.
A little help over here?
Trillian leaves Arthur, joins Zaphod.
They're after us. Fire a gun. Launch a missile. Do something, Gunmatch.
Seyford's arms struggle with his head again. Quick shot, deep space. A dull grey rectangular Vogon battle cruiser is easing up behind the Heart of Gold. Behind the cruiser is about 100 other battleships flying in formation. Back on the bridge. Okay, good.
Hey, guys. This is
Computer?
Eddie.
Hey, brother, I got it.
All right.
A very eager male computer voice, Eddie, sounds.
So,
Hi guys. This is Eddie, your shipboard computer, and I just know I'm gonna get a bundle of kicks out of any program you want to run through me.
Can you identify our pursuers?
I'd be happy to. Stand by, please.
Cheesy on hold music plays.
Hey guys, I'm just pleased as punch to report that it's a fleet of 100 Vogon battle destroyers. You must be super important to warrant such an effort. And gee, am I impressed? They're sending a message. I'd be super happy to play it.
Seyford, head 2.
Fine. Play it. This people personality thing is gonna drive me nuts. Can't you change it?
An image appears on the ship's monitor. Vice President Questela von Rontok, flanked by Vogon Commander Qualtz at HQ. He looks reluctant.
I
He
got
has to say this.
this is Vice President Questula Rontok. I'm speaking to the kidnapper of the president. Surrender your stolen vessel at once, so we will take action as defined and permitted by Section 1.8 of the Galactic Interstellar Space Bylaw.
Leave to hyperspace.
Sure thing, fella. But I should tell you, we need proper authorization before entering hyperspace.
Or else what? They'll send 101 ships. Do it.
He and Trillian buckle up. Ford turns to Arthur.
Brace yourself. This is a bit like being drunk.
What's so bloody bad about being drunk?
Ask a glass of water.
They are stretched and squeezed by extraordinary forces. Interior, Vogon headquarters, night. Questela and Qualtz watch their front screen as the Heart of Gold blasts into hyperspace.
Did they have proper hyperspace authorization?
No, Commander.
Add that to their list of offenses. Blatant disregard for protocol.
You do realize he did what he did because he knew this is what you would do.
Rules are rules, Mr. Vice President. And they are made to be followed.
Questela looks up to the screen at all the Vogon ships.
Don't you think this many ships is a bit, I don't know, excessive?
The provisions are clear. Under subsection 37A, these are the forces we deploy to protect the president in the case of an attempted or actual kidnapping.
He holds up one fat official book with one hand.
And these are the forces we deploy to apprehend any international or actual kidnapper.
He holds up another fat book with the other.
You are aware, Commander, that the president kidnapped himself.
Hence,
He puts the two books together, slams them down.
Do you have any idea how ridiculous this is?
I don't have any ideas, Mr. Vice President. I just do what I do.
A Vogon messenger runs up holding papers. Qualtz takes them, signs one in 2 places, initials others, lifts the top sheet, removes the pink copy, folds it. He does this for the other 2 forms as well. Questilla watches dumbfounded as Qualtz hands the papers back to the messenger, who turns and runs off. Exterior, space, night. The heart of gold comes out of hyperspace and slows to cruising speed. Alone. No Vogons in sight. Interior, heart of gold, bridge. Zaphod's head 2 is still up, beaming.
Damn, I'm good.
Hand slam, head 2 down. Zaphod, head 1, turns to Ford.
Oh, so you along for the ride, or am I dropping you off somewhere?
Depends.
I'm
Where you
for-
going?
Oh, that's
Oh,
Ford.
fuck. My
Into
bad.
the pages of history, cousin. And when you see what I'm about to show you, you'll beg me to take you with us.
With Trillian, who notices Arthur looking ill. With Trillian, I guess. You okay?
Normally, I would say I live, but given the circumstances,
Wiping
Is
his
there-
brow.
is there any tea on this spaceship?
This way. She exits. Arthur follows. Zaphod steps back, blocking his way.
Hey, ape man, Earth man. I'm sorry. What was your name again?
Arthur.
Right. No hard feelings, okay? And sorry to hear about your planet, but don't mention it to the girl. If you do, I'll you know.
He smiles broader. Then head 2 pops up and finishes.
I'll pull your spleen out through your ass.
Zaphod slams head 2 back into place, then smiles again. Arthur furrows his brow and Zaphod follows Trillian.
2 heads. Interesting choice.
Apparently, you can't be president with just a whole brain.
So you carved it up?
Yeah. I think, well, and I think I did it in such a way that it wouldn't be detected by the government screening test or by me. So that's a secret, and don't let anybody know about it. Not the galactic government, not even myself. And the answer is, I don't know, obviously, but a few things together, and then when I realized I had this.
He points to the cobalt blue cube on his gold necklace. Interior, ship's kitchen area. Close on, a nutrimatic machine. Nice. Brownish liquid flows into a martini glass, topped with dry ice fog. Arthur removes the glass, sips, grimaces. I suppose I should have said it resembles tea.
So, 2 heads is what does it for a girl, then? I mean, if I had 2 heads or 3,
Or your own spaceship.
anything else he's got 2 of?
Come on, Arthur, don't be like that.
2 balls.
Well, how do you know? Well, what am I supposed to be like? Green, bleeping, what?
Just be yourself. Have some fun. Does it hurt?
No, I suppose it wouldn't.
I mean, she points to his jaw. He nods. She picks up her backpack. I might have an aspirin. She unzips it. 2 mice scurry out and scamper off. Spoilers. Oh, well, not really spoilers. It's just foreshadowing? Whatever. Yes, a hair clip is clipped to one of the mice's tail. Hey, what are they doing in there? Before she can catch them, they scurry under the door. They were from my lab at university. Odd.
So, all that's left is me and you. Mostly harmless and 2 lab rats.
She furrows her brow. What does he mean?
Look, there's something I should tell you.
Zaphod?
Showtime, Trill!
Can it keep? You might want to see this. Arthur nods. She leaves. She looks at his tea, throws it in the trash bin. That's so sad. There's no more tea. I can't. Interior, Heart of Gold, bridge. Trillian and Arthur join Ford and Zayford at the computer.
And when I saw what I was about to show you, that's when I realized I did what I did to my brain. Or at least I think that's why.
On the computer screen.
I
the screen
can't,
brightens.
I can't listen to it on my headset anymore. I can't.
It's getting louder. Can we turn it
Yeah,
down a
it's-
little bit?
Back to as bad as it has been.
It's like a screeching in my ear. I'm taking my headset off and I can't even, like,
That's better.
Okay, we got a bunch of different things coming up.
I'll just
Okay.
sweat. It's no big deal.
Good.
we're halfway through.
Okay, I'll read this. On the computer screen, the screen brightens. A brand logo appears. A circle made of a dot, a dotted line with an M in the middle. Then a subtitle. McGrathian Public Archive. Zaphod fast forwards until a noisy picture dissolves to exterior, outside temple of deep thought. Ooh, day. A procession surrounds a chariot. Two young philosophers, Lunkwil and Fook, in their 20s, ride it into a grand temple. Interior, temple of deep thought. The aisles are lined with priest technicians.
I got deep thought.
Called it.
Ahead. Ooh. You should read it in unison. That'd be a train wreck and it would be amazing. Ahead
What
is deep thought.
is the great task for which...
Wait. Excuse me. I have not finished. Ahead is
talk
deep
over the
thought. A huge Buddha-esque computer. The procession peels away to both sides. Lunkwil and Fook dismount and approach.
What is this great task for which I, Deep Thought, the second greatest computer of all time, have been called into existence?
Your task, oh computer.
Hang on.
Oh, you
Okay.
go.
What
You go,
is
you go.
your favorite color?
I know, right? I was like,
Yeah.
blue. No, yellow. Ah!
Ah,
Hang on. Did you say second greatest?
second greatest? Yes.
Fook?
Ken, are you Fook?
No, I'm Lunkwil.
But
No,
we
that's
did-
sorry.
Yeah. But we
Pick one.
designed you to be greatest computer so you could...
You're not talking about the million gargantua brain, which can count all the atoms in a star in a millisecond.
Gargantua
The
brain.
Miller Gargantua brain. A mere Arcubus mentioned it again.
Jesus Christ, you dyslexic
Abacus.
bastard.
One of those thingies that you push the beads across.
Dyslexic bastard.
Abacus.
Abacus.
The
Abacus.
omnicognate neutron wrangler, then?
Deep thought.
The omnicognate neutron wrangler could argue all four legs of an Octeron megadonkey, but only I could persuade it to go for a walk afterwards.
Then what's the problem?
I am the greatest computer you are able to design without my help, which one day you are going to need.
Let's just ask the question.
Oh, deep thought, your task is this. We want you to tell us the answer.
The answer to
Long
what?
pause. Deep thought bleeps and bloops.
The answer to what?
You know,
You know the answer to life, the universe, everything.
We'd really like an answer. Something simple. Can you do it?
The ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything. Yes, there is an answer. But I will have to think about it.
Lunquil glances at his timepiece, Fook at the expectant throng behind them. They wait.
Return to this place in exactly 7.5 million years.
What?
What?
Psh, the screen goes to snow. Exterior, Heart of Gold Bridge. Interior, Heart of Gold Bridge. Ford and Arthur look confused.
That's it?
No, there's more. Yeah, they go back.
7.5 million years later.
Zayford nods, hits play. We push back in on the screen. Interior, Temple of Deep Thought. Lunquil and Fook enter the now modern temple, flanked by a crowd. They have beards and look like they're in their 40s. Deep Thought rises, looks lifeless. Worried mutters from the crowd. Slowly, Deep Thought groans to life.
Can I help you?
Deep thought. Do you have
An answer for you? Yeah, I have.
there really is an answer?
Yeah, there really is one.
Oh,
Can you tell us what it is?
Yeah, I thought about it. Though I don't think you're going to like it.
it doesn't matter. We must know it.
You're really not going to like it.
Rob?
All right.
Fook?
Fook.
Okay.
Fook.
Tell us.
Ha!
All right. The answer to the ultimate question
Yes.
is 42
Whoa,
Dude, you
what?
Ah, no! The suspense!
of life, the
Jesus
universe, and everything.
Autistic dyslexic son of a bitch.
Of life, the universe, and everything
Yes.
is
Yes.
Yes!
42.
The surrounding crowd is stunned. More muttering.
I checked it thoroughly.
Oh.
It would have been simpler, of course, to have known what the actual question was.
But it was the question. The ultimate question.
Yes, but what actually is it?
Everything. Just everything.
That's not a question. Only when you know what the actual question will you know what the answer means.
Give us the ultimate question then.
I count.
Long pause.
But there is one who can. The computer is to come after me. One that I will design. A computer to calculate the ultimate question. One such infinite complexity that life itself will form a part of its operational matrix. And you yourselves shall take on new, more primitive forms and go down into the computer to navigate its 10 million year program. I shall design this computer for you, and it shall be called
The picture
Android.
distorts and whites out. Android? Windows. Exterior, heart of gold. Interior, heart of gold, honestly. Bridge. Zaphod hits eject. The blue cube rises.
That's it?
That's it.
You're looking for the ultimate question.
Yeah, yep,
You.
yep. No, yeah, me, yeah.
Why?
No, I tried that. I tried that. Why? 42. It doesn't work. The get her ready, babe.
He moves to a different rack of instruments, consults a checklist, starts flipping some switches.
I mean, why do you want to know the ultimate question?
Oh well. Partly the curiosity, partly the sense of adventure. But mostly I think it's for the fame and the money. Yeah.
He continues preparing the ship. Trillian consults the huge manual, turning dials, flipping switches.
But you're president of the galaxy, aren't you?
Yeah. Earthman. Yeah. Mhm.
Arthur,
Whatever. Presidential fame is temporary. I find the question that's permanent, it sticks. Plus, everybody thinks you're deep. Win-win.
But you don't know the name of the computer. That other no, I'm sorry. But you don't know the name of the computer that other computer was talking about.
Yeah, which is why I'm going there.
Where?
Well, there. To find deep thought or on Magathria.
Magrathia? Magrathia is a myth. A legend.
No, it isn't. It's real, cousin. And this is the only ship in the universe that can get us there.
You mean to tell me you carved up your brain so you could become president? So you'd get invited to the launching ceremony of this ship so you could steal it. So you could go to Magrathia, which
Magathria.
Magrathia.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Magrathia.
Yeah, it doesn't know.
I can read. So you could go to Magrathia, which, according to most sane people, doesn't even exist.
Yep.
Beautiful.
why this ship? What's so special about it?
Zaphod thinks again. Hard.
I don't seem to be letting myself in on any of my secrets.
Because of this, obviously. They turn to see Trillian flipping open a glass lid, revealing a big red button. Ford reads the glowing letters above the button.
Infinite improbability drive. So they finally built one that works. And that's how we got picked up?
Exactly. And I'm guessing if we hit that button, we get to Magathia.
You're guessing?
Hey!
Whoa,
Hey!
Oh, sorry.
it's
Sorry.
okay. Payback. I got it.
You did it to me.
Hey! Anyone who's up for that, there's the door. Who's in?
For a trip to a place that doesn't exist. I'm in. My editor will think I'm crazy, but what the hell? He already thinks I'm dead.
He takes out the guide. Zaphod looks to Trillian. Definitely, I'm in. They're all standing together. They turn to Arthur. Arthur looks to Trillian. She stares back, waiting.
Do I even have a choice?
No!
Zaphod's all bright and cheery. Arthur looks at the button.
What exactly does an infinite improbability drive do?
Suddenly, Zaphod's head too shoots up.
This.
Zaphod's third arm shoots out and smacks the button. Exterior, space, night. Improbability drive effect as the ship flips across space and disappears, leaving nothing but shimmers.
The infinite improbability drive is a new method of crossing vast interstellar distances without all that tedious mucking about in hyperspace. As soon as the drive reaches infinite improbability, it passes through every conceivable point in every conceivable universe almost simultaneously, then selects the appropriate re-entry point. The principle of generating small amounts of finite improbability by hooking the logic circuits of a Bambowini's 57 sub-Mason Britain brain to an atomic vector plotter suspended in strong Brownian motion. Producer, say a nice hot cup of tea were of course well understood.
Seconds later, does that mean there's tea in the improbability drive?
Yes.
Everything is included in the improbability drive. Everything in the universe.
Tea. Anyway, sorry. Seconds later, the Vogon destroyer comes out of hyperspace and slows to cruising speed. Interior, Vogon destroyer ship. Bridge, night. Vogon controllers and co-pilots turn dials and push buttons, scrambling to regain a signal.
Such generators were often used to break the ice at parties. By making all the molecules in the hostess's undergarments leap simultaneously 1 foot to the left in accordance with the theory of
Indeterminacy.
indeterminacy.
Qualts and Questula appear on the monitor.
Well, Captain.
Controllers turn more dials, trying to find the ship.
Many respectable physicists said they weren't going to stand for that sort of thing, partly because it was a debasement of science, but mostly because they didn't get invited to those sort of parties.
We had this, these are not the coordinates. Or these are coordinates, but they're not here.
I can see that. Where are they?
The captain shrugs. Qualts heaves a walrusy sigh. Exterior, deep space, night. We hover above a greenish-purplish planet. Improbability effect. Space ripples. Something begins to materialize. Something big and grey, tumbling towards us. We now see the big grey thing is a giant rhinoceros, which ripples, flips inside out, and becomes the Heart of Gold. Interior, Heart of Gold. Bridge, night. A knitted version of Arthur, Trillian, Ford, and Zaphod sit in chairs before the ship's console.
Is this gonna happen every time we hit that button?
Very probably, yes. The air ripples. The knitted crew flip back to their former selves. Arthur pukes into a trash bin and with a sick expression looks up to the screen.
Did it work? Are we there?
Now Zaphod looks.
Yes,
And yes.
I think.
Computer? Yes. Zaphod, you go, computer?
Computer.
Hi, fella.
Head 2 suddenly springs up.
Can you please change that zarking, annoying voice?
Computer, what planet is that, please?
Checking.
On hold, Muzak plays. They all sit and listen for a few beats. Then Arthur yelps,
Ow!
spinning around to Zaphod.
Yeah.
Did you just pluck a hair from my head?
Yeah. As if.
Arthur suddenly feels something on his back, leaps out of the chair and brushes it off. The 2 mice land on the floor across the ship, then scurry away down a hallway. Before Arthur can react...
Thanks, Eddie, for waiting for everyone. I just tickled pink to tell you.
That's Ken. That's Ken.
Oh, that's Ken.
That's
Jesus
Ken.
Christ. Thanks for waiting, everyone. I'm just tickled pink to tell you we're currently in orbit around the planet Vodal 6.
Push in on Zaphod, whose second head suddenly shoots up.
Helma Kavula!
Interior, Vogon destroyer ship. Bridge, night. Vogon crew quickly enter data. A flight engineer gets something on his screen, shows it to the captain.
Sir, the Heart of Gold just requested permission to land in Vodal 6. Should I pursue?
That is not a request to which I can respond, Captain. Should I pursue what? Are you requesting hyperspace clearance so that you may pursue the fugitive?
Yes, Commander.
Then you must say that, Captain, in request form.
Requesting hyperspace clearance to pursue the fugitive, sir.
Bring me the request to pursue fugitive form.
The war room is silent. We hear the sound of running above. The footsteps hurry all the way around. We hear a door open, running up more steps, along the corridor, until, and finally, an exhausted Vogon messenger bursts through the door holding a blue form. Questula shakes his head in disbelief as Qualt signs the request form.
This is ridiculous. What do you need? An executive order? Fine, I order you. Stop doing this. Go and get him.
According to subsection 94B, paragraph 2, you are not authorized to make such an order.
But I'm acting president.
Then act like a president and do nothing.
Qualtz continues to fill out the forms. Questula grabs a clump of his hair and pulls it out. Exterior, Vit Vodal 6, spaceport, night. All we can see are the lights of the Heart of Gold's entry ramp cutting through a dense fog. Or is it fog? Zaphod's second head is up as he comes down the ramp ahead of the other three.
Hula Kavula.
Back a few steps with Arthur, Trillian, and Ford.
Why does he keep saying that?
I don't know. I'm not used to seeing him this way.
You mean fully clothed?
She stops, fires him a look.
Sorry, but I can't for the life of me figure out why you, the most brilliant woman I have ever met, have ended up with that half-witted, self-obsessed, vapid politician. I mean, look at him.
They squint through the fog at Zaphod, head 2 out. His hands keep trying to get it down, but the third arm keeps whacking them away. He disappears into the fog. Clearly unlike any guy I've ever met. Look, if you're going to pout your way around space, then maybe you should just go home.
I can't. That's the whole point. And I've been trying to tell you.
Hey, look what I found in the guide. He hands
the guide to Trillian. She keeps walking.
I wouldn't tell her if I were you.
She deserves to know.
But if you tell her and she ends up with you because you're literally the last guy on Earth, you'll always doubt her intentions.
Arthur considers this, nods.
Got your towel?
Do I need it?
Only always.
Ford puts his towel to his mouth as they follow Trillian down the mist-covered street. She's reading the guide.
In the beginning, the universe was created. This made a lot of people very angry and has widely been regarded as a bad move.
That's the best line. Zaphod continues several steps ahead of them.
Many races believe that it was created by some sort of god, though the depravated people of Villeford 6 firmly believe that the entire universe was, in fact, sneezed out of the great nose of a being called the Great Green Osgelashesia, the Gatravaatids who lived in perpetual fear of
Scrolling,
what
please.
Scroll.
of the time they call the coming of Great White Handkerchief. Are
Scroll.
small blue creatures with more than 50 arms each, who are therefore unique in being the only race in history to have invented the aerosol deodorant before the wheel.
Scroll.
Kenneth, please scroll. Thank you. Aha. Say for 2.
Hannah Kavula.
Slam. Zaphod's 2 arms shove his chin back down.
Yeah, I'll handle this. Yeah.
Exterior, seedy street field photo. The others approach, watching Zaphod as he stops others approach, watching Zaphod as he stops a passing 8-armed alien creature, asks him something, oozing charm. The creature points him down the street with 3 arms, then with 2 other hands. Oh, there were 2 others. Hands him a pen and paper. Sorry, that was a brain fart of a sentence. Zaphod signs an autograph and moves on.
Yeah.
The
For my
alien
fans.
beams,
For
then
my
squirts.
fans. Yeah.
Then squirts 3 cans of aerosol under several arms. More mist rises. Follow it up, revealing a large building, a temple with 2 great arches. The others follow. Camera tilts up, and we see this building looks like a nose lying horizontally. The giant arches are the nostrils. Interior. It sneezed out of the nose. Interior, Arcalcesia Temple. Zaphod opens the huge doors inside the large nostril arches. A rush of air blows the mist past Ford, Trillian, and Arthur a few steps behind. They stop. A congregation of worshippers faces front, where Hama Kavala stands behind a podium. He's a humanoid wearing a white robe and night vision sunglasses.
The handkerchief is coming. Beloveds, are you ready? Let us pray that the Almighty will exhale a breath of compassion upon us.
Instead of bowing, they all point their noses heavenward. Zaphod marches down the center aisle while Hama prays.
Almighty Arcalcesia, we lift our noses, clogged and unblown, in reverence to you.
Zaphod stops a few feet away from Hummer's chair.
Hey, Hummer.
On Ford and Arthur.
That's Hamakavula. I thought he was just using a swear word.
Hamakavula was his opponent in the election. Something happened during the campaign. Zaphod never forgave him.
What was it?
Ford shrugs. Hummer looks up, sees Zaphod, smiles.
Send the handkerchief, Lord, so that it may wipe us clean. We ask this in your precious holy name.
Shoo.
And they all sneeze. Akin to crossing himself, Hummer raises a hand to his nose, then down again.
Bless you.
That's amazing. Interior, Hummer's quarters. Hummer's quarters are opulent. He sits behind his desk, flanked by several armed bodyguards. Ford, Arthur, and Trillian keep a safe distance as Zaphod faces off with Hummer, who has the air of a cool news anchorman.
Zaphod Beeblebrox, our famous president. The Arcalcesia has exhaled many blessings upon you. What brings you to our humble planet?
I think you know why I'm married.
I don't think I do.
Oh, I think you don't, but we both know you do.
Eloquent as always, Zaphod. Your ability to communicate a clear thought never ceases to amaze.
Head
Yeah,
2 suddenly
yeah.
springs up to the surprise of all.
You called me stupid?
Interesting. And I don't know what you're talking about.
During the campaign, Huma, you said I was stupid.
This Homer you speak of no longer exists. He came here in his consolation position as ambassador to Gamma Z10 to squelch an ideological threat to the system and repented from his wicked ways. He now goes by the holy name Tezero, the unceasingly righteous, given to him by his devoted followers.
I don't care what you call yourself, you righteous freak. You started the rumor that I'm stupid, and you're gonna pay.
The third arm reaches for a gun in Zaphod's vest. The bodyguards aim their weapons. One runs up and smacks Zaphod in the back of the head, slamming head 2 back in place.
Thank you.
The third arm disappears. The gun falls. A bodyguard picks it up, with Arthur, Ford, and Trillian.
Why do I get the feeling he's going to get us all killed?
Probably because it's very possible. Just don't save me, okay? We're even.
Hummer lays his palms on the table and lifts himself as if to stand. But there is nothing of him below the table line except for 31-inch metal legs attached to the base of his torso. He glides towards Zaphod, the little legs extending to reach the floor as he reaches the end of the table. Oh.
The election is ancient history, Zaphod, but if memory serves, you won, proving that good looks and charm win over brilliance and ability to govern.
A guard drapes a white robe over Hummer's shoulders, which he ties with a belt, hiding his peculiar undercarriage.
And incidentally, you are stupid.
His head jerks up. Zaphod stops it, paints on a smile.
That's not really the point.
You haven't come halfway across the galaxy to settle a campaign grudge. Why are you here, Zaphod?
Zaphod doesn't answer. Hummer motions to a guard who grabs his arm, twists it hard.
I don't know. I was headed for Magatharia. I ended up here.
Push in on Hummer, who raises his high-tech sunglasses.
How very improbable.
He pulls the nose off his bodyguard, turns a key. A secret safe door slides open from the man's chest.
I kept a few souvenirs from my former life. The heady days of space piracy. So young and so foolish.
Another smaller box rises from the chest cabinet. Inside, we see glowing jewels, a skeleton hand, etc. Hummer removes a pink cube, much like Zaphod's blue cube.
I'll gladly give you the coordinates to Magrathea.
He holds up the pink cube, revealing a series of coordinate numbers on each side. Zaphod reaches for it. Hummer takes it back.
Provided you bring me something in return.
What?
A gun.
A gun?
A very special gun, designed by the greatest computer ever invented, now buried in the bowels of Magrathea.
Fine, I'll bring you a gun. Just give me the coordinates.
Oh, sorry. Zaphod reaches out. Hummer pulls it back.
And what will you give me to ensure your return?
My word as president.
Ha! I'd be better off with the dung of a Bathusian megadonkey.
Okay, I'll give you that.
I need a hostage, something you hold dear. Only what does Zaphod Beeblebrox treasure?
Zaphod's second head, peeping out of the collar, looking terrified. Hummer smiles. Bingo. He signals the guards. They grab Zaphod, who looks back to Trillian, offers a weak smile. So, interior, Hummer Cavala's operating theatre. Later. Very fast scene. 2 seconds. Zaphod's second head screams.
Ah!
Pull back to see it being lifted out of Zaphod's neck. Zaphod unconscious on the operating table. Blood and instruments everywhere. Interior, Hummer Cavala's room. Later. Zaphod's head hangs on the wall. Wires feed out of the neck into a huge machine. Beneath the head is a crude drawing of a body and the words, "I'm with stupid." An arrow points to Zaphod's head too, which is shouting.
Idiot! Zerking moron! Come back! You need me! Come back!
You should quit while you're ahead, Zaphod. No one has ever got past the Magrathian defense system alive.
Just a side note here, this character doesn't appear in the book or any other adaptation. He's only in this film. I was like, I don't recognize this part at all. What's going on? So I looked it up. Yeah, he's only in this one. He is part of the actual story. He did campaign against Zaphod with the campaign line, "Don't vote for stupid." But yeah, so fun fact. Anyway, exterior, Vitvodel 6, Main Street, night. Zaphod, held aloft on Ford and Arthur's shoulders, staggers down the street toward the spacecraft where the Heart of Gold is parked. His neck is wrapped with a blood-soaked bandage which looks like a scarlet ascot.
Are you sure this is the right way?
Yeah, I think. I don't know, maybe not.
Yes, thank you for clearing that up.
Ford looks puzzled at Arthur. Did I clear it up? A crowd has gathered. When they see Zaphod, they scream.
Mr. President, Zaphod,
President!
over here. I want.
Zaphod, still feeling the effects of whatever drugs he was given, dons a presidential smile and waves.
Back
He
to the
doesn't
ship.
bite him.
Back to the ship, quickly.
They
Shakes hands
quicken
with
their
Ned.
pace. They quicken their pace when suddenly 50 Vogon police emerge from the mist.
Mr. President, we are here for your protection.
Zaphod, Ford, Trillian, and Arthur freeze in their tracks. Interior, Vogon headquarters. Qualtz and Questula watch the action on the front screen. Who was Qualtz?
Qualtz.
Boulder.
Nope. That's me. Yeah,
that's
he
you.
was. He was. No,
Yeah.
Qualtz was Boulder.
Where did he go?
Boulder, you there? Uh-oh, robot in.
On the kidnapper.
Cool. Exterior, Main Street. The police fire. F, T, and A run for it, but Z stays put.
4 trillion are the run for it.
Yes. I was like, what? Okay.
Zarquan,
Sorry.
friendly fire. Hold on. Jesus, people.
He's done. He's done.
What's happened?
He's fading.
No. Hold
Just
on.
internet
Where,
issues.
where are we? Are we on Qualt's fire upon the kidnapper?
He just said that one.
Zarquan.
You just said that one, yeah. Just Sark one.
Okay, as Zaphod. Zarquan. Friendly firewall. Friendly firewall, if that's what they want.
He pulls out his gun and fires back.
Hey, let's do lunch. Nice haircut, fella. Hey, your kids are the same age as mine. Well, we should get them together sometime.
Friendly fire. With each line he fires, Ford grabs him. Shots hit a stack of aerosol cans. They explode. More mist rises. Interior, Vogon headquarters.
Commander, the president is the kidnapper.
Cease fire.
Behind the kiosk. The gang run down an alley and hide behind a kiosk. Zaphod sports a goofy smile. Arthur is scared to death.
Oh God, I really hate Thursdays.
Zaphod, what do we do?
Yeah, we build bridges between the stars. Yeah. And he holds up
Oh, he holds
two
up two
peace
peace
signs like
signs.
Nissans, like Nixon. Yeah.
What?
I think that was his campaign slogan.
Trillian finds a deodorant can, grabs it, gets an idea. All right, follow me. She aims the can at Zaphod's ear. Arthur's face registers the madness of the moment. Interior, Vogon Destroyer, bridge.
There they are.
On screen, Trillian with aerosol can to Zaphod's ear moves down the street. The crowd gasps. The quartet continues anxiously forward, eyeing the police whose guns track their every move. Back off or I'll kill him. I swear I will. Quotes. Looks confused.
Mm. Could they actually kill him?
The police step backwards, but the crowd takes a step forward. A huddle of female admirers rush them, waving pens and paper as if the Beatles have arrived. Mr. President! Mr. President! Hello. Zaphod paints on a smile, breaks away from the others to go sign a few autographs.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
I totally voted for you.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I'll totally smash that pussy later on.
Reveal that the female fans are actually a multi-headed, two-legged groupie. On
Two-legged?
Crustula and quotes. Multi-headed, two-legged groupie. So one pussied.
Mm-hmm.
On Questula and quotes.
Quotes.
Oh,
Quotes.
yeah.
Chaos! The Warisi Vogon police swarm in like maggots, surrounding Trillian and edging Ford and Arthur away.
Resistance is useless.
Shots are fired. The crowd screams and scatters. Arthur reaches for Trillian, but she is engulfed by Vogons who move en masse to pull her away into the mist.
Trisha!
Ford, with Zaphod in tow, shoves Arthur forward, using his towel to clear a path through the mist. They see the Heart of Gold ramp descending from the belly of the ship.
This way.
No, Trisha!
Shots fire all around them as Ford pushes Zaphod and Arthur up the ramp. Interior, Vogon headquarters, night. Questula and Qualtz watch the monitor as Vogon police usher Trillian in futuristic handcuffs past the Vogon captain, who stands in the foreground on his ship.
Bring her to Vogue Sphere for processing, Captain.
The captain nods. The screen goes blank.
They're coming here. But they've only accomplished half the mission. What about Zaphod? He must face justice.
My instructions are clear.
From a slot in his chair, he pulls his instructions, signed in triplicate, of course. He reads,
Apprehend the kidnapper. Rescue the president. We do them in that order. And until the kidnapper is properly processed, she isn't officially apprehended. Now is she, Mr. Vice President.
Questula pulls out another small clump of hair. Interior, Heart of Gold, bridge. Ford and Arthur drag Zaphod into the bridge. On the front screen, they can see the Vogon ships flying away.
We have to go. Let's go.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Looking strangely happy, he slides the pink coordinate cube Hummer gave him into a slot on the console.
Hey, computer, take us to Magatria. Yeah.
What? No, follow those ships.
Arthur lunges for a control. Zaphod woozily tries to stop him. There's a struggle. Then Zaphod realizes.
Hey, my third arm. I had one. Here's it.
We have to go after her.
The computer fires to life, bleeps and blips. Only now it has an effeminate, almost
Yeah.
matriarchal voice. Boys, please, not so rough. Oh, actually, no, you do a lady's voice. That'd be hilarious. Go.
Boys, please, not so rough. You're damaging my joystick.
They all look at the source of the voice, confused.
Who is that?
Hmm?
Oh, there-
Ghastly, isn't it? I was asked to change the personality type. This was the emergency backup.
Hell, if you want me to take you somewhere, we're going to have to start using your magic words, please and thank you.
Can you change it back? I can, but I won't enjoy it.
I'm waiting.
Arthur sees the Vogon ships getting away. Desperate, he shoves Zaphod out of the driver's seat. Zaphod hits the floor, considers protesting, lies down on the floor to sleep instead, with a contented smile. Arthur sits. He looks very out of place in a seat normally reserved for the likes of Han Solo. He scans the console. Ford sits in the seat beside him.
Ford,
Marvin?
don't look at me. I'm too depressed. Computer, isn't there some sort of manual override switch thing?
Yes.
Well, where the hell is it?
Magic words.
Show me the override switch or I'll reprogram you with a very large axe.
I can see this relationship is something we're all going to have to work out.
Ding! A chime sounds. A switch on the console illuminates. Manual override. Arthur flips the switch. The cockpit is sealed in a glass ball and shoots upwards. Exterior, heart of gold, night. The cockpit bubble pops out like an ejector seat, now a little glass pod. It floats through space, then rear thrusters ignite and blast the ship forward. Interior, heart of gold bridge, pod. An aircraft steering wheel rises up between Arthur's legs. He grabs it, spinning out of control.
I think I should push this button.
Ford pushes a big button. An alarm sounds.
What's that? What happened?
A sign lit up saying, please do not push this button again.
Arthur grabs the control, does his best to steer. Exterior, space, night. The glass pod streaks unsteadily forward toward a dull grey planet. Exterior, Vogsphere, day. The rectangular ship sits on the surface as police escort Trillian off it and into a grey rectangular building. Different part of Vogsphere, near swamp. The ground is barren. A scintillatingly jeweled crab crawls out of a swamp and looks up at the sky. We hear the sound of the pod approaching, but hold on the crab, as ear-cack! The crab runs back into the swamp. Pan left to see the pod rammed into the ground, steam rising. The door opens. The three emerge.
Wow.
I know. Dreadful, isn't it?
Megatria!
Sorry
Wrong.
about the
Oh,
sorry about the landing. Where are we?
it's autistic.
Margaret, do it again.
Megatria!
Wrong. This is the Vogon planet. This is Vogsphere. Troy, either you're with us or you're not.
I'm just doing the script. It says Megatria twice.
Oh,
And then
God.
under that, no, it's Magrathea. I know it.
Magrathea. I said Magrathea twice.
Okay. Ford reaches in his satchel, pulls out a sort of electronic beret, pulls it snugly onto Zaphod's head.
Little something I learned about on Altarian Star Cruiser. Captains use them when they really need to concentrate.
What is it?
A thinking cap.
Zaphod squints hard to think as he looks around. Exterior, Vogue City. Their point of view. There are rows and rows of dull grey rectangular buildings as far as the eye can see. The three men step out of the ship.
This will all end in tears. I just know it.
Marvin moves out, a few paces behind.
I checked the guide for ways to rescue a prisoner from Boxford. It said, don't. I'm assuming your plan's better?
Well, I sort of had this idea we could...
A telescopic rod with a paddle at the top shoots out of the ground, smacks Arthur in the face, then retracts. Arthur is stunned. None of the others have noticed.
Did you see that?
Zaphod? See what?
What?
They look at Arthur. It suddenly seems ridiculous.
Nothing.
They all walk along.
Wait,
Arthur at the back, perplexed.
Zaphod doesn't have any on this scene. See what?
See what? Yes, exactly. We've gone on from there to... What was it?
Arthur, right here.
Okay, cool.
Nothing, just my imagination.
Okay. Another paddle springs up, double smack in the face. Arthur leaps back, looks down. Nothing. Nothing at all.
All right, stop. Everyone stop and watch me. Something's happening.
They watch. Arthur walks and walks.
Okay. I think we...
A paddle springs up and smacks Ford's face.
Gah!
He leaps back, clutching his cheeks. Arthur
Oof.
spins around.
You too?
Yeah. What was that?
Arthur lifts his feet very carefully. He stops himself and looks around.
What do you think, Zaphod?
Zaphod pulls his thinking cap down, thinks hard.
I think we should keep going.
A paddle shoots up, smacks Zaphod's face. They all saw.
Yeah. Mhm.
What the blazes is that?
Zaphod's drunk, but I have an idea.
A paddle shoots up. Ford ducks. It misses. He grabs its telescopic stalk. It thrashes in his hands. He breaks it.
Okay. Don't think of anything. Don't have ideas or theories. Nothing.
A beat.
Yeah.
They all strain to
Yeah.
think of nothing. Several paddles shoot up.
I
smacking
have
them.
an idea.
Not yet.
I can't help it. I can't help it. Trillian is in there somewhere and we need an idea to save her.
Scroll.
Now it's your line. I have an idea.
Scroll.
Dude.
I have an
Scroll.
idea. Smack.
Oh.
Run!
No, I've already said I have an idea.
You're
Yes, but you
ahead of
said
the
it too
game.
early. You said it too early.
Jesus Christ.
You
Because
bloody
I've
idiot.
watched the fucking movie. Yeah, I have an idea.
Peg.
Okay, thank you. Smack. Run!
Ever the politician.
They take off running. A forest of paddle stalks erupts out of the ground around them, smacking violently. They come to rest at the side of a Vogon building.
Okay, so
Oh, yeah.
Scroll.
not thinking, no ideas coming.
Looking to Marvin.
This is by no means an idea that has any merit, but Marvin, can you give me a hand?
Smash cut 2. Interior, Vogon Administration Building. Day. The dullest office environment ever. A counter with a few Vogons behind it, mindlessly moving bits of paper around. The front doors burst open. Arthur storms through them, holding Marvin's arm, which has the fingers pointed like a gun. He trips, falls, drops the arm, picks it up again, trying hard to look tough. My dog is barking. Ford and Zaphod follow, Zaphod wearing the thinking cap and sunglasses for disguise. Ford wearing his towel over his face like a bandit. The Vogons look up, nonplussed.
All right, where is she?
Hey, the director of robot arm repair. Next building, out the door to the left.
Arthur looks at the arm, then slowly lowers it.
Actually, we're looking for... How to put this? Someone you're detaining, perhaps in some form of incarceration.
Prisoner release department, 6 buildings down, out the door, right, left, then 2 right. Big grey building. You can't miss it.
Interior, prisoner processing building, interrogation room, day.
Na-
Trillian is sitting
name-
beside a desk while the Vogon
Name-
officer asks her questions. You've got to wait until we get there. Qualtz
Troy,
and
let
Questula
her
stand
do-
nearby.
Name.
Christ.
Trillian. He types it into his ancient-looking computer.
Not registered.
Try Trisha McMillian.
Trisha. Yugastark. McManus.
Oh my god.
Of
McMillions.
of
McMillions.
Slard.
No, Trisha Imogen McMillian of Earth. The officer types, checks his screen, shakes his head.
No record of Earth.
Earth, in the Milky Way. Galactic Sector ZZ9 plural Z Alpha. The Vogon officer types, reads from the screen.
Right here it is. Earth. Destroyed. Do you have a second home planet?
Push in on Trillian, gutted by the news. Destroyed? No, that's impossible.
Says here it was destroyed to make way for hyperspace expressway. The order was given 3 weeks ago.
Who in their right mind gives an order to destroy a planet? Exterior, admin building, Vogue City. Zaphod walking with Ford and Arthur.
Hey,
Zaphod! Yeah.
hey. He said the gray building.
Their point of view. All the buildings are grey. Arthur sees 2 Vogon police escorting someone in handcuffs into one of the buildings.
There, that's
Yeah.
it. This way.
He raises Marvin's arm, pointing the fingers. Interior, prisoner proceeding building, prisoner processing building, main room. Arthur, Ford, and Zaphod enter the double doors, then stop short, stunned. Their point of view. A typical government pick a number and wait sort of room. Bland, bad lighting, numbered windows. It's packed with all manner of species.
Leave this to me. I'm British. I know how to queue.
He confidently takes a number and gets in line with the several hundred others, feeling very much at home. Interior, prisoner processing building, interrogation room. Trillian sits at the officer's desk, arms folded, defiant. I don't believe you. This is some sort of trick. Zaphod wouldn't blow up a planet, especially mine. Qualtz now steps forward and extends a piece of paper.
These are the orders.
Trillian takes the paper, runs her finger down to the signature line where it reads, Love and kisses, Zaphod. Love and kisses? She hands the paper back, swallowing emotion.
Now, according to Section 8, subsection 34-4,
That's an A.
the punishment for kidnapping is a recitation of the classical poem Ode to the of your left kidney, unless said kidnapping is of the president, in which case you are to be fed to the ravenous bloodliner beast of Throw. We thank you for your participation.
A door is opened, revealing a room with a large steel box. A huge, angry eye stares out of a tiny barred window. The box shakes like crazy. Trillian gulps. Interior, prisoner processing building, main room. Zaphod is in line with Arthur and Ford. He looks up to a presidential photograph of himself in suit and tie, smiling broadly. He lowers his thinking cap. Next. Arthur steps up, followed by Ford and Zaphod, who keeps his head low and bowed.
Sorry.
Yes, hi. We're here about getting a prisoner released.
Prisoner release form? She holds out her hand. Arthur doesn't have a form. Annoyed, she points across the room to a wall that is nothing but shelves holding forms.
Right. Once I fill it out, can I return to the front of the line, seeing as I've already waited?
No! Next! Arthur sighs, frustrated. The aircon's getting loud again. Oops. Whose is that?
He doesn't care.
No, that's Arthur.
Arthur sighs, frustrated. All three of them walk to the shelves holding the forms. Arthur turns to Zaphod.
Can't you do something? You're president, aren't you?
Yeah, you wanted me to make a speech? Shake it, shake it, shake it. Yeah, that's what I do. I think it's all a little fuzzy. Yeah, I don't know.
Arthur angrily fills out the form. Moments later, Arthur is back in line, having waited a long time. He finally gets to the window, hands the green form to the Vogon processor. She types into a computer, then checks the screen. This prisoner is being detained for kidnapping the president. Not eligible for release at this time. You can make an appointment for a later date or take a number and wait. Arthur's breathing quickens. He can't take this.
All right, look. This is the president.
She looks at Zaphod, then back to the large portrait of Zaphod, then back to Zaphod.
I
nods.
can't. I gotta take my helmet off. I can't fucking listen to it. It's screeching.
It's very loud. It's very loud.
Yeah.
That's loud. It's not me.
What is that? Let's mute one at a time and see who it is, because it's a weird noise.
Mission.
Intermission! Okay, I'm gonna... Yeah,
It's
it is
Ken.
you, Ken. It's Ken. I don't know what it is!
Nothing's on. My air conditioner's on. I don't know what it is.
Reverb.
What is that?
Headphones. There's no reverb.
What are the headphones picking up?
I don't know.
Do you have the
Okay.
desk speakers on too?
Nope. It's all through my headset.
How low are your batteries?
They might be low. Let me see.
Can anybody else hear it, or am I just
Yes.
crazy?
Yeah, we
No,
all
we
hear
can
it.
hear it.
Okay.
Me and my technical difficulties. It's at 40%. I should have plenty of battery.
It's no longer making as much noise.
No, it's not. No. Well, goes back. Yeah.
Oh.
He
Oh, he
muted himself.
muted.
Yeah,
Also,
I
fun
don't hear
fact,
it.
yeah. None of this is in the book. I remember watching, because I've only seen the movie once, and I remember watching it going, this is all just completely different to the book. It's fascinating. And I guess because the book probably, it gets
Don't be a
to,
book fascist. The movie is wonderful, and
it's just all very different to the original writing style. It's very
okay, yeah,
interesting.
I interpret the content to every single night a play is different, right?
Yeah, it's just like all of this is new content. Like it's
But
All right. Since we're having
this,
audio issues, I'll be right back.
okay.
yeah, the
Yeah, see, here we go.
the good part is that people are talking about the actual production, right?
No, it's the actual story. It's the story. It's all the lines. It's a different form of writer. Like
True.
it doesn't have the same wit and yeah, it doesn't have the same wit. It's very, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's very different from an American point of view to an Australian point of view.
Well, during several of Romeo and Juliet productions,
Romeo and Juliet actually uses the script though. Like
no, not at the beginning.
it does.
No.
Two households both
It,
alike in dignity, from fair Verona where we say our
it
scene.
changed. It changed. The first 5 years, it changed.
What do you mean, first 5 years?
It changed.
What changed?
Romeo and Juliet.
In what way?
Well, it's the manuscript from Shakespeare changed to the production. It wasn't. It's not always that what's written makes it to the stage. It's you can write a poem, but it doesn't mean that it stays on the page. And yeah, Romeo and Juliet changed quite dramatically. But
Look, I'm reading here Douglas Adams did actually write these new bits. It's just very strange. It doesn't have the same feel.
Yeah, this is a revised copy of this script. I think this is revision number 3. Yeah, third revised draft. So
Okay.
yeah, they were editing
That's
it for
weird.
they were editing for the screenplay.
Yeah, but I mean, like in the book, for example, they don't go to that last planet. They don't go to this planet. The Vogons don't appear at all, and after the beginning bit, they blow up the planet and go off and be bureaucrats elsewhere. Like you don't see them. It's really interesting how. And I guess for a Hollywood movie, they need to kind of have a bad guy thing going all the way through.
That's what it was.
I guess.
Yeah, pretty much. So
Just so
obviously,
different.
hey, no headset. Is it any better?
Yes,
Okay.
that's a lot better.
Okay. So here I am sweating my balls off. for y'all. I'm sacrificing a lot here. Anyways, where were we?
Average of 6 out of 10 or a B minus. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we were like right here. We still going?
Yes, Rob. Rob back? Rob, are you back? I don't think he's back yet.
All right, we're still on intermission. Okay, let's see here.
Sheila's not in it, yes.
All right, well, I'm going to mute again so I can turn my air conditioner on.
Sure. What happens on Magrathea? Yes. Point of view gun. Adam's original ideas. Okay. The point of view gun was another of Adam's original ideas. A rather ingenious weapon that allows the user to transport their point of view onto their victim. It's designed by Deep Thought, articles commissioned by the Intergalactic Consortium of Angry Housewives to get their husbands to understand them better. Okay.
I'm back.
Aha! Everything we got safe for. Yes. Yeah, Zaphod is a lot dumber in this version too. Yes, that's what I thought. There's no reason why Trillian would like him, and I think that's because they want Arthur and Trillian to have the love story. Because yeah, in the book he's actually he's awesome. That is okay. It's just interesting. The changes are always fascinating when they change things. I'm always like, why?
Did Boulder just completely bounce, or because he left the chat?
Oh, maybe his internet crashed. Should we end it there and continue it next time? Or should we just battle on? How much do we have to go?
Whoa, we're like 2/3 of the way done.
What do we think?
I say, why not? But
I'm happy to plow through.
Yeah, I'm good to plow on.
yeah.
All right.
I mean,
do you want to just be Zaphod?
I'll be Zaphod. Fuck it. I can make something happen. How's the
Okay.
audio? How's the audio picking up the?
That's a lot better.
Right now, you're pretty clear. There's the slightest bit.
As far as not like.
Yeah, as far as what was going on with yours, I have no clue.
It's weird.
Yeah, it was.
I've got my air conditioner running and everything.
It's only it's a like a slow, not slow, a soft kind of shh, and you can hear my voice echoing back, which is nice because I've got a lovely voice. Hi, me. Hi. How's it going? Oh, good.
Well, I'm trying here.
Yeah,
no, it's good.
Most likely the way you are right now.
Yeah.
Is that you're not going to get the AC echo because the way your headset is, your mic was lined up directly against it.
Yeah. Well, it's. Actually, I'm going to see if I can fix it.
Were you using your stand mic, or was there a mic attached? Is there a mic attached to the headset? Stand mic. Never mind that.
You know what? I was thinking about that. It might have actually been my mic on my headset picking everything up.
Oh, he's coming back. Yeah,
Okay.
maybe. Yeah, it might have been. The mic was just, yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, I guess if he's coming back, let's just hang out here for a little bit, grab a drink, use the bathroom, do what you got to do.
Alrighty. No, my dog's inside.
Yeah, just go double check your sound things and windows and go from there. Confirm your input and output.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on enough extra money to grab myself a nice mic. So
Maybe
Yeah, like
some noise cancelling headphones. Some of them you can program
Well-
to not pick up anything.
you know, see, the thing is, the headset's noise canceling, but it has a built-in microphone too. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a set. What are the Hesh? No, not the Hesh ones. The other ones they're designed to cancel out any outside noise, so I can walk through like really loud wind and it can't be heard and stuff.
Yeah.
On them. So
yeah, the normal headset I use, it's like a gaming headphones.
Yeah.
So it's a very close proximity microphone.
Let's see.
This one isn't as much. So this one's like currently 6-ish inches from my face.
How's that?
With-
Any better?
With the gain turned up a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you sound pretty good.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I'll just run like this for a while then and see how things turn out.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, it was weird. Like sometimes like it's really fine and then all of a sudden it like swells and it's like why? Don't know why.
well,
Yeah,
Don't know why.
because
yeah, just now, if you notice any kind of change in the background noise, my my condensation pump on my air conditioner was like running basically like full speed.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, it was like kind of cavitating a little bit just because the way I had the drain line into it. So I had to adjust that real fast.
Okay.
It's such a pain in the dick. Ugh. All this so I can be nice and comfortable in my space.
how dare you?
I know, right? So I'm gonna reload.
Is not allowed.
What, reloading or being comfortable in my space?
Yes.
Neither.
Did anybody get that Faulty Towers reference? No. Is not allowed.
Fuck you, Aussie.
Faulty Towers, it's John Cleese, it's Monty Python
I know.
alumni.
Fuck you, Aussie. Fuck you, Aussie.
It's not allowed. It's
All right,
finished.
whatever.
Oh, you guys, you got to watch that, and we should do some of those scripts. Oh, bloody
Yeah,
hilarious.
yeah. Well, I think either the next one we do is going to be Monty Python and Life of Brian, or Princess Bride. We just
See, the one movie, if we were going to do a
Depends who you get.
serious movie that came to my mind, although I don't know how we would do it because there's so many characters, was Dead Poet Society.
Yes.
yeah. I think what we'd have to do is like make sure everybody's actually going to show up, and I would probably have to rotate through people on StreamYard. It's like
Okay.
as each individual person's part came up, I would bring them on and kick them off or put them in the basement or whatever.
Okay.
Or just spend $100 a year and get the big version. So it looks like Troy's back. I'm gonna go grab a drink. I'm gonna bring him into the stream. I'll be right back.
Okay. Hello.
Yo.
I'll be back in a second.
Hello, hello,
You
hello.
two talk.
All right. So, no. Oh, Captain, my Captain. We could totally do Dead Poet Society. Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's serious, but there's little comedic bits to it too.
Oh, it's so fun. The majority of the movie is fun.
Right. There's definite levity to it, but
it's real life. You know, it's did people, and the guy that killed himself at the end of it, he didn't even do it because he was gay or a poet or too smart for his dad. He killed himself because his dad chose his life for him. And I always thought that was like, that was the toughest way to go.
Yeah, like as an actor, like the freedom that you get on stage, like it feels like home. It feels magical. Like everything is wonderful and you're there, you're expressing everything, you're free. And then if I'd experienced that for the first time and experienced that freedom, and then someone told me that they were going to take it away, like that's heartbreaking. That's ridiculously heartbreaking. And he has no choice. It's heartbreaking. Neil.
My dad had
I
that.
did really good. I did good. It's just, oh.
My dad had that for both us boys. It was succeed or death.
So now I've got in my bloody head, where is it? Where is it? Getting on the barrel, there we are.
I'm sorry, y'all. My internet cut out, and then with that was the link to the StreamYards, so I had to restart my phone and then re-find the StreamYard.
This is the bit. Then I had religion. Then I had a vision. I could not turn from the revel in derision. Then I saw the Congo creeping through the black, cutting through the forest with a golden track. Then I saw the Congo. You remember that bit? That's so friggin' awesome. That redhead dude. I love that redhead dude. Is it a redhead? Yeah, the one with the glasses.
I don't know. It just seems like I went from one abuser to another to another.
Well, not anymore.
Yeah. Stop being abusing. And stop being abused. Anyways, we ready to rock on? Shall we press on?
Mm-hmm.
And now back to our show.
Regularly scheduled broadcast.
So, Boulder, Vaughn, come and have a look at Zaphod. You're going to be Zaphod, okay? All right.
Yeah, he's got a lot of stuff. Hold on. Let me zoom in.
Okay. Get ready. And I'm going to start.
Where?
She looks at Zaphod. Do you see where that's highlighted? Yep. Mm-hmm. She looks at Zaphod, then back to the large portrait of Zaphod, then back to Zaphod. She nods. Okay.
Hang on a sec. He says the whole.
Sorry, go.
He says the whole kidnapping thing was a terrible misunderstanding. She said she didn't even. She didn't mean anything by it, and he's ordering you to let her go.
But this isn't a presidential release of prisoner form. Those are blue. She points to the wall of forms. Arthur sighs. Quick cut back to Trillian. Trillian is lowered into the bug blatter beast box cage. We cannot hear the beast, but its screams of hunger are scaring the hell out of Trillian. Back to Arthur, who returns, practically shoving Zaphod forward. Zaphod hands the Vogon processor the blue form. Okay. She reviews the form, stamps it, pulls off the carbon copy underneath, hands that to Zaphod. Go to the prisoner release.
Go to the prisoner release lobby. Out of the door. To the left, right, door on the right.
Back with Trillian, as she braces herself to be eaten by the monster. Suddenly, a couple of Vogon guards enter and hand Qualtz a blue piece of paper. He reviews it, then signs it.
You are free to go. Let her go.
The Vogon guard pulls Trillian up and out of the box on a cable. The bug blatter beast goes berserk.
What?
Yanking blue paper away, reading.
He's here. Zaphod is here. Let's go get him.
But the guard is already escorting Trillian out of the room. Qualtz is completing paperwork.
Commander?
Qualtz holds up a walrusy hand, one finger raised, silencing Questula while he continues. Questula sighs. We hear the bug blatter beast weeping as the doors are closed on him. Oh, poor bug blatter beast. Interior, police.
So sorry.
Poor thing. He just wanted
Sad
lunch.
little bug bladder beast. He just gets.
He just wanted to eat that pussy.
It's not his fault. Interior, prisoner release lobby. A guard escorts Trillian into the lobby where Ford, Arthur, and Zaphod await. Arthur steps toward her, but Zaphod steps in front of him, smiling, arms outstretched. Trillian walks up to Zaphod and slaps him. You bastard! You signed the order to destroy Earth?
He did.
Yeah, I did.
Love and kisses Zaphod? I saw the form. You didn't even read it, did you?
Honey, I'm the president of the galaxy. I don't get a lot of time for reading.
An entire planet, planet? An entire planet. How dare you?
Sure. Let's go with that. Come on.
Let's just go with
An
that. That's fine.
entire planet, Zaphod, my hem, Geen. Sorry. All because you thought someone wanted your autograph. She slaps him again, storms away,
Let's
bursting
go
out the door.
They framed me. It's all routine. It's, for controlling presidents.
Interior, prisoner interrogation room. Qualtz finishes his paperwork, stacks it neatly, holds it up for Questula to see.
Cancellation of the rescue of the president.
He hands it to a messenger who runs off. Another one runs up.
Now, get me the apprehension of the president form.
Exterior, prisoner processing building. Trillian storms away from the building, enraged. She sees a one-armed Marvin standing by the glass pod. She heads for him. Arthur catches up to her.
Trillian.
You knew! Why didn't you tell me?
I tried. He threatened me.
Get a backbone, Arthur. She storms ahead of him. He stops.
What about here? What about coming here to rescue you? That was my brilliant idea.
A paddle shoots up and slaps him in the face. Exterior, prisoner processing building. Moments later, Qualtz and Questula, flanked by the Vogon police force, step out of the building just in time to see the glass heart of gold pod soaring overhead. They all watch as it disappears from sight.
The president just my patience. This time I shall pursue him myself. Ready, my ship.
Yes, this is more like it.
Interior, Vogon office, moments later. Qualt sits in a desk filling out a form. Questula holds 2 clumps of hair in each fist.
This is insanity.
My license is expired. Mr. Vice President, I can't fly with an expired license. It's against the law.
Questula fists tremble. Plop. Out comes 2 large tufts of hair. Smash cut to exterior, space, night. The pod is reattached to the Heart of Gold, which soars through the stars. Interior, Heart of Gold, bridge, night. They're all getting buckled into their seats. Eddie back to his normal voice.
Hi, fellas. Hold on to your hats.
Hey, Eddie, welcome back.
The ship suddenly blasts forward. Their heads are slammed back into the seats as they vibrate violently.
What's happening, Zaphod? Where did you tell it to go?
I didn't do anything.
Arthur looks to the console and sees the 2 mice sliding across it, getting thrown across the ship. They continue to vibrate, even more violently.
Are you sure we reattached this thing the right way?
Zaphod is all smiles, hanging on as if he were on a roller coaster ride.
Isn't that great? Yeah.
Deep space. The Heart of Gold is but a blur as it streaks along. Back in the Heart of Gold, later. Stars appear on the screen as they slow from hyperspace.
Guys, I'm just super happy to tell you we're approaching hyperspace exit Gamma Z8B530.
Arthur steadies himself, turns to Trillian, who's still staring forward, angry. She unbuckles her seatbelt and moves away from the console. A planet appears on screen. Zaphod and Ford lean forward.
Okay, that's it, I think, right, computer? All right, that's it. Where are we headed again?
Magrathea? Hang on, fella, and I'll check.
Arthur turns, looks over at Trillian, who stares out a portal window into the emptiness of space. A tear rolls down her cheek. Arthur steps up, isn't sure what to say.
Look, you're right. You deserve to know when I should have told you. I don't blame you if you're angry.
She turns and stares, wipes the tears away. Can't speak.
Right. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Guys, it just tickles me pink to tell you we're currently in orbit at an altitude of 300 miles around the legendary planet of Magrathea. Golly!
Hearing this news, Arthur, Trillian, and Ford turn.
Take us in.
Exterior. Night. Deep space. Magrathea. They all stare in awe as they move toward a planet which gets closer and closer. Suddenly, their faces are awash with light. 2 suns rise behind the planet. It's breathtaking.
The 2 sons of Solanus and Ron.
Marvin, both arms intact, rises in the back, peers out.
It's rubbish.
Suddenly, a ghostly white swirl of light, vaguely in the shape of a man, appears on the screen before them.
Greetings. This is a recorded announcement. As we're all out for the moment, the Commercial Council of Magrathea thanks you for your esteemed visit, but regrets that the entire planet is temporarily closed for business. If you would like to leave your name and a planet where you can be contacted, kindly do so at the tone.
Beep!
Beep.
Then stunned silence.
Closed? How can a planet be closed?
For once, Aldous, I agree with you. Okay, computer. Uh, Keep going. Take us down.
Happy to.
The ship eases forward. The image appears again.
It is most gratifying that your enthusiasm for our planet continues unabated. As a token of our appreciation, we hope you will enjoy the two thermonuclear missiles we've just sent to converge with your craft. To ensure ongoing quality of service, your depth may be monitored for training purposes. Thank you.
The image vanishes. A beat. Then,
Guys, I'm delighted to tell you there are two thermonuclear missiles headed right for us. Should I take evasive action?
the screens show two huge rockets thundering at us. Zaphod just smiles. Ford steps up.
Yes, computer, evade?
Massive acceleration. An illuminated dome lowers from the ceiling over the crew seats, creating a safety pod. Exterior, above Magrathea, dawn. The Heart of Gold streaks away. Two large missiles follow and mimic the Heart of Gold's every move. Interior, the bridge. The crew are thrown from one side of the pod to the other.
There seems to be something jamming my guidance systems. Impact minus 45 seconds. Call me Eddie if it'll help you relax.
Exterior, sky over Magrathea. The Heart of Gold streaks forward. The missiles are gaining.
Computer, do something.
Sure thing, fella. Handing over manual control. Good luck.
Big swell of Muzak. The ship drops like a stone. The missiles miss, then turn in a screeching curve. Interior, the safety pod. Zaphod tries to wrestle with three controls.
No, I can't do this without my other arm.
The Heart of Gold spirals wildly, missiles narrowly missing. In the safety pod, everyone is thrown. In the sky, the missiles are dead ahead, shooting straight for us. In the safety pod,
Did we lose them?
No, they're right behind us.
he looks down, sees the improbability drive button.
Look, why don't I just hit this thing?
No, we're here. No telling where it'll take us.
In the sky, the missiles turn and accelerate high into the sky. A second set of boosters kick in on the missiles as they soar back towards the Heart of Gold, much, much faster. On the bridge, they all stare at the approaching missiles. Arthur looks at the drive button. Screw it. He flips open the glass lid.
No!
Too late. Arthur hits the button. Woomph! Light blasts through the bridge. Morphing madness. Exterior, space, night. Empty for a moment. Then, the Heart of Gold reforms. A few beats later, a sperm whale floats into the frame, followed by a bowl of petunias. Interior, the bridge, night. It coalesces back into shape out of chaos. The safety dome rises, revealing our heroes standing in the exact same place they were, dazed.
Here, where are we?
Exactly where we were, I think.
And the missiles?
Have apparently turned into a bowl of petunias and a very surprised looking whale.
He points to the screen. The whale and petunias float by.
At an improbability factor of 8,767,128 to 1 against?
They all look to Arthur, who shrugs. Zaphod nods his approval. Ford counts on his fingers. Are they even? He waves it off, gives Arthur a little salute, and moves on. Trillian looks to Arthur and musters a smile.
I could really use a cup of tea.
Exterior, space, night. The Heart of Gold arches away. The whale in midair stops rising, starts falling.
It is important to note that suddenly, and against all probability, a sperm whale had been called into existence several miles above the surface of an alien planet. And since this is not naturally tenable position for a whale, This innocent creature had very little time to come to terms with its identity as a whale before it had then come to terms with this suddenly not being a whale anymore. This is what it thought as it fell.
The camera moves around the whale as it falls.
I got the whale. I got the whale. I got the whale.
No, I got the whale. Come on.
Fine.
Rob's got the whale. Oh.
Rob's got the whale.
What's happening? Excuse me? Who am I? Hello? Why am I here? What's my purpose in life? What do I mean by who am I? What is this I that I want to know? What is this? Calm down. Get a grip now. This is an interesting sensation.
Angle from below. The whale is wriggling a bit.
Oh. This is an interesting sensation. What is it? It's a sort of yawning, tingling sensation in, well, I suppose I'd better start finding names for things if I want to make any headway. And what, for the sake of what I shall call an argument, I shall call the world. So let's call it my stomach. Good. Oh, it's getting quite strong now. And hey, what's this whistling, roaring around sound going past what I'm suddenly going to call my head? Perhaps I can call that wind. Is that a good name? It'll do. Perhaps I can give it a better name later when I've found what it's for. It must certainly be very important because there certainly seems to be an awful lot of it. Hey, what's this thing? Let's call it a tail. Yeah, tail.
The whale thrashes its tail. Between the camera and the whale drops the bowl of petunias. It falls from sight.
Hey, I really can thrash it about pretty good. Can't I? Wow. Doesn't seem to achieve much, but I'll probably find out what it's for later on. Oh, how have I built up a coherent picture of these things yet? No, never mind. Hey, this is really exciting. So much to find out about, so much to look forward to. I'm quite dizzy with anticipation, or is it the wind? There really is an awful lot of that now, isn't there?
Its eye tries to look down. Camera pulls back from the whale, abandoning it.
And hey, what is this thing coming suddenly towards me? Coming so very fast, so big and flat and round. It needs a big, wide-sounding name like, oh, round, ground. That's it, ground. I wonder if it'll be friends with me.
We hear a sickening thud off screen.
Curiously, the only thing that went through the mind of the bowl of petunias as it fell was, oh no, not again.
We hear the petunia vase shattering. Oh no, not again. I want to see that story.
Right? Many have speculated that if we knew why the bowl of petunias had thought that we would know a lot more. Let's try this again.
Let's try this again.
Many have speculated that if we knew why the bowl of petunias had thought about that, we would know a lot more about the nature of the universe than we do now.
Exterior, heart of gold. Magrathea surface, day. The gang stand by a huge crater, the heart of gold parked in the background. A large whale carcass sits in the middle of it, along with a few petunias. They all grimace. Beyond the crater, they see a formation of large rocks aligned in a circle. It's the only structure in sight. They walk toward it. Exterior, rock formation, day. Arthur walks behind the others, his head down.
Hey, this looks familiar.
Arthur looks up, registers surprise. The rock formation looks like Stonehenge, only newer. The rocks letters carved into them the rocks have letters carved into them that read Design Department, Showroom, Executive Offices, Toilets.
Must be portal doors.
You mean the hippies were right?
In the middle of the circle sits a stone receptionist desk with a sign on it that says Out to Lunch. Zaphod heads for the to Design Department stone. Sorry. Trillian and Ford follow. Zaphod feels around it, looking for a switch, a knob, anything. He must have hit something because the front of the stone suddenly slides open, revealing a swirling vortex that looks like a jet engine.
Okay, in we go.
What? Are you out of what's left of your mind? You can't step into that. That?
We gotta pick one, right? If it's not the right one, we come back and pick another one. No biggie.
Yes, biggie. What if that's the last door we ever step through? What if it rips us into tiny little automatic particle thingies?
Trillian, who hasn't said a word since leaving Vogesphere, covers her ears, trying to block them out.
It's the right one. I got a hunch.
Ford?
He's got good hunches. I say we go.
Go with the hunch of a narcissist with half a brain who's wearing a ridiculous thinking cap. Are you bloody insane?
Scrolled up too much.
Can you see it?
No. Scroll back down. No. There's two more. Yep.
Can you see it?
It's highlighted.
Hey. Yep. Hey, I think that's the right one.
What?
Can you read?
I think I resent you.
Can you read?
Close enough. Let's go.
Oh, whatever.
Carry on.
Pressing on.
Oh, good. Arthur?
I don't care what you think. You think.
Oh, they all start arguing with each other. We focus on Trillian. Anger and frustration building. She covers her ears, then screams. Ah! And she takes off running for the door. Suicide? Bravery? Unclear. They turn just in time to see her jump into the vortex. She yelps as her body is bent in half, twisted like a wrung mop, then sucked inside. Arthur is horrified, literally gasping for air. Ford is semi-impressed. Zaphod unfazed.
That's supposed to happen. I think.
Ford shrugs, throws his towel around his neck like a scarf, and dives through. Same thing. Bent, twisted.
Hey, wait for me.
He runs after Ford, stops at the door, turns like he's about to board Air Force One, gives a salute, jumps in. Arthur finally gets his legs to move, steps up, but hesitates at the threshold, paralyzed with fear, unable to take a step. Then the door seals shut.
No.
He bangs on the stone, slides his hand around like Zaphod did, desperately looking for a way to open it. He collapses and buries his head in his hands.
I told you this would all end in tears.
Cut to exterior, Temple of Deep Thought. Moments later, Ford stands outside a stone doorway at the end of a cobblestone street. Zaphod's body falls to the ground next to him, untwists, unbends, and snaps bolt upright beside him. Trillian is already heading down the street toward the temple. Ford and Zaphod hurry to catch up to her. Exterior, rock formation, day. Arthur sits with his back against a stone, staring across the field at the beautiful double sunset. He looks over and sees the two mice from the ship scurrying toward one of the giant stone doors. They slip through a crack beneath the stone. A flash of light bursts through the crack. Arthur barely reacts, so drained of emotion.
Life is full of paradoxes, isn't it? Don't talk to me about life. Here I am, God knows how far from home. Don't talk to me about God. And this is where I see the most spectacular sunset I've ever laid eyes on. We only had one sun at home, planet called Earth. I know. You keep going on about it. Sounds awful. Oh no, it's beautiful. Or at least it was. Did it have oceans? Yes, great wide rolling blue oceans. Can't bear oceans.
Arthur looks up at Marvin.
So this is how it will all end, then? Me on a dead planet with a maniacally depressed robot. You think you've got problems? What are you supposed to do if you're a maniacally depressed robot? No, don't bother to answer that. I'm 50,000 times more intelligent than you, and even I don't know the answer. It gives me a headache just trying to think it down to your level.
Excuse me?
Yay. Arthur spins to see an old bearded man in long robes.
Ah,
He jumps. Crab walks backwards away from the man.
who are you?
My name is not important.
Arthur continues to scramble away from the man.
You must come with me. Terrible events are afoot. You must come or you'll be late.
Late? What for?
What is your name, Earthman?
Dent, Arthur Dent.
Late, as in the late Dent. It's sort of a threat, you see. Never been much good at them myself, but I'm told they can be terribly effective.
He motions to the stone that is marked to showroom.
Wait,
Your friend,
Slarty Bartfest?
Yes.
Seriously?
No.
Shut
Do
up.
you guys remember Slarty Bartfest?
Yep, I know, right? I'm super excited.
Your friends are safe. You can trust me.
Hold on a second, I lost myself here.
Hang on, I bet you. It's highlighted for you.
Trust a man.
Trust the man who won't tell me his name.
My name? Well, my name is Slarty Bartfist.
Arthur reacts with a furrowed brow.
I said it wasn't important.
Slarty Bartfast motions to the door. He looks to Marvin.
I could calculate your chances of survival, but you wouldn't like it.
Arthur rises, cautiously moves over to Slarty's side.
I must warn you, we're about to pass through, well, a sort of gateway thing. It may disturb you. It scares the willies out of me.
He puts his hand on a certain spot in the stone and presses. The stone dissolves, revealing once again the jet engine swirling vortex. Slarty motions. After you. Arthur takes a deep breath and steps in.
What?
He is bent, twisted, and sucked away. Slarty follows. Marvin stands for a moment, then looks up to the sky, where the fleet of Vogon ships has now arrived.
Funny how just when you think life can't possibly get any worse, it suddenly does.
Interior, Vogon destroyer ship, bridge, night. Qualt sits at his desk as they press forward. The ghostly image of the recorded message appears.
This is a recorded announcement as we're all out at the moment. The Commercial Council of Magrathea thanks you for Qualts.
Boulder? Boulder,
What?
your Qualts.
Turn that off.
Interior, Magrathea Planet Showroom, day. Arthur is hunched over a litter bin, barfing.
I told you might find it a bit disturbing.
I have found this whole day a bit disturbing.
Arthur realizes he has his towel with him. He wipes his mouth with it, dabs his brow. Then he notices the room, which is like a car dealer's showroom, only instead of cars, there are models of various planets.
Did you know we built planets?
No, Arthur didn't know that. He looks perplexed.
Fascinating trade. Doing the coastlines is always my favorite. Used to have endless fun doing all the little fiddly bits around fjords, but the galactic economy collapsed, and seeing the custom-built planets were something of a luxury commodity. At any rate, there's been a terrible mix-up with your planet. You must come with me, or it's all going to blow up in our faces. The best laid plans of mice, you know.
And men?
What?
The best laid plans of mice and men.
I don't think men have got much to do with it.
Arthur looks confused. Slarty motions him to a door. Arthur readies his towel at his mouth as Slarty hits a button. The door slides open, and nothing happens. It's just a door that leads to a room where several transport carts move past, like a kid's ride at Disneyland. They step into one. Slarty closes the little door. The cart moves through a curtain, out into deep space. Pull back, so the cart is no more than a speck being pushed forward by the longest telescoping arm in history. Interior, planet factory, night. The space is millions of miles across. Floating in it are half-finished planets, construction gantries around them.
Welcome to our factory floor.
On Arthur, who is positively blown away. Cut to interior, Temple of Deep Thought. Ford, Zaphod, and Trillian enter the dimly lit temple. They hear a faint tinny sound. They follow it. Further down the corridor, the sound gets louder, tinny music and laughter. Flickering light illuminates the end of the corridor.
Troy.
This is it. Yeah.
He quickens his pace. Trillian and Ford follow. They round the corner to find Deep Thought sitting there majestically. The tinny music emanates from somewhere near him. Zaphod takes another step in and now sees the source of the tinny music. Deep Thought is watching TV, a violent, stupid cartoon.
Hey, deep thought.
Who is Deep Thought?
Shh. This is a good bit.
The cartoon continues. Zaphod enters, removes his thinking cap, and reverently approaches. He kneels.
Oh, great deep thought. We've traveled long and far. Have you calculated the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything?
No.
No.
I've been watching TV.
Yeah, oh, okay.
Zaphod holds a smile, but his world is slowly crumbling.
I designed another computer to perform that great task.
Right. I forget.
Looking around.
Is it here?
Not here. Another world.
Another world. Okay.
It is another, or was.
Whoa, where?
Has Ken frozen? Oh,
I'm
there we
back.
go. You're back.
Yeah. Where's it at?
Ask your companion.
Zaphod turns to Ford. Ford looks confused.
Not him.
Zaphod looks to Trillian. She looks equally confused. Zaphod puts the thinking cap back on, strains hard.
Okay. Okay. All right. You sure you don't have the question? All right. Or a way to, access it or something. I mean, I think I've done a lot to, get here.
Shh.
Zaphod looks up. Deep Thought is shushing him?
The show's back on.
A robotic arm reaches out and turns up the volume. Zaphod stands, turns to Ford and Trillian, smiles that smile, but it's starting to look a bit crazed.
Great! This is just great! Let's go find something else for my entire life to be about.
He starts to march off. Ford grabs his arm.
Zaphod, the gun, the one Huma sent us for, we have to get it. You gave the guy your head.
I know. Yeah, that was funny though. Why did I do that?
He pulls his thinking cap down, all the way over his eyes. Ford rolls his eyes, turns.
Deep Thought, we were told you have a gun.
Before he finishes the sentence, a panel in the wall slides open, revealing a large, scary-looking gun. A robotic arm pushes it forward. Ford goes over, takes it, carries it like it's nitroglycerin to Zaphod, who's already walking away. Corridor, leading away from Deep Thought. Ford hands Zaphod the gun.
Here, take it. I don't do guns.
Zaphod takes it with a smile.
Thanks.
And instantly points it at his head. Ford lunges for it. There's a struggle. Ford's trying to get Zaphod's finger off the trigger when click, the trigger is pulled. Ford winces, but apparently nothing has happened.
Yeah, this is a bust too.
Hey man, you must be really frustrated to go through all you did only to come here and get no answer, which means no fame and money. And you deserve that. You deserve that, man. Because you're great. You're just really, really great.
Zaphod isn't sure what just happened, but he smiles anyway. Trillian, however, is onto something. Give me that thing. Interior. Magrathea, planet factory, construction platform. The transport cart moves past 2 half-finished planets and on toward a 3rd planet. Construction gantries and clouds obscure our view.
The galaxy was a bit of a shambles, you see. Everyone enjoying themselves, being singers and comedians and really creative and interesting things like that. No one doing the boring jobs.
Oh, you had that problem too.
In spades. So a species was genetically engineered to do the boring jobs. Tax inspectors, traffic wardens, government officials. We were commissioned to build a special planet for them. Problem was, some clever dick made it so anytime one of the creatures had an interesting idea, it would get a hefty smack around the face.
What? You did that? I've been there.
The cart lowers down toward the surface of the planet.
And I gather you met some of the inhabitants.
The bowguns?
Relentless blighters.
Exterior, Magrathea, day. 2 missiles screech overhead and soar up toward the Vogon ships, descending from space. The missiles each hit a ship. They explode. Excuse me. 2 more missiles fire, taking out 2 more ships. but several ships do land. Marvin watches from within the Stonehenge formation.
Life. Loathe it or ignore it. You can't like it.
Interior, corridor, temple of deep thought, day, close on Zaphod.
Yeah, right. I shouldn't be so upset because life goes on. And I should just go on with it, right?
Pull back to reveal. Ford is hesitantly aiming the gun at Zaphod.
Hmm.
Oh, shoot him again! Ford reluctantly pulls the trigger. Click.
Yeah. Hitchhiking is good. Towels are good too.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I kind of like this.
She takes the gun from him. A gun that makes people suddenly see things from your point of view. Useful tool for the deranged evangelist trying to convert the masses, eh? She starts walking. We should get back. Arthur's waiting.
Who cares?
I do, especially since we're both somewhat of an endangered species now.
Why are you so edgy?
She can't believe he's asking this. She aims the gun. Click!
Of course you're edgy. Your planet's been blown up. And you've been trolling around the galaxy with the guy that signed the order.
Click! She shoots him again.
Ooh, you actually wanted to know the question because you always thought there was more to life, and now you're crushed because you find out there really isn't.
She's getting angrier and more hurt. Click!
Now you got no home, no family, no one to be with, and you're stuck with me, another in a long line of men who doesn't appreciate you. And he's too busy to appreciate himself.
Hearing this puts a lump in her throat, causes her eyes to well with tears. She lowers the gun. Zaphod shakes his head, the effect wearing off, but he realizes what he said and doesn't like it.
Give me that thing.
Oh my god! He grabs the gun, points it at her. Won't affect me. I'm already a woman. What the fuck is that?
God
I'm
damn.
sorry. What the fuck was that? Bloody
Damn.
Hollywood. I swear. Ugh. Anyway, I'm fine. Before he can react, a bright light shines behind them. They turn, shielding their eyes.
Uh-oh. Give me that thing.
Flash. Crew! They are engulfed in white light. Back to exterior, deep space, factory floor, continuous. The transport car continues toward the third planet.
Here we are then. Look familiar?
Arthur turns and looks. There before him is Earth. Arthur is thunderstruck, then confused.
So it wasn't destroyed.
Actually, it was. This is a backup, Earth Mark II.
So you're saying you made the Earth?
Well, not me alone. It was a group effort. I did my part, though. Ever heard of a place, I think it's called Norway?
Arthur nods. The cart pushes through the clouds towards 101B. There's rock. Ooh. A guy on a ladder is painting it. Its familiar red color. Some of it is still primer gray.
That was one of mine. One of the ward, you know? Lovely crinkly edges. I was sorry to hear about it being blown up. Shocking cock-up. The mice were furious.
Mice? Who cares about bloody mice?
Are you a fan of plate tectonics?
Arthur looks up. Slutty Bartfast points down. Another man pushes a button, causing mountains to spring 101C up noisily.
Oh, the 101C is just like the line number.
Oh, oops. Causing mountains to spring up noisily. I was like, what is that? Okay, yep. Just forgot that.
Voila! Himalayas. Good, eh?
Arthur is working very hard to process all this. Jump cut. They move through a forest where a man presses a lever, making several mushrooms pop up on the ground.
Earthmen, you must realize that the planet you lived on was commissioned, paid for, and run by mice. It was destroyed shortly before the completion of the purpose for which it was built. 10 minutes later, we would have been free and clear. But we gave them our standard 10 million warranty, and they came and they have come here to retrieve the backup copy. And they've brought you with them.
The transport cart flies out of forest toward the ocean. Sorry.
They brought. I'm sorry. When you say mice, do you mean the little white furry creatures with cheese fixation?
These creatures you call mice are merely a protrusion into our dimension of hyper-intelligent pan-dimensional beings. The whole business with the cheese must have been a front. They were experimenting on you. You see, a vast computer program.
Ah, I see where you're confused. You see, we were experimenting on them.
Over the ocean, a perfect storm wave rolls toward them.
Oh, I gather they arranged for you to conduct some primitively staged experiments so they could prod your thinking here and there. But you were actually elements of the computer program. They really are very clever, hyper-intelligent pan-dimensional beings. Ah, they've nearly finished the oceans.
They move toward the white cliffs of Dover. A man stands on a cliff holding a giant hose, water spewing from it.
So, you're trying to tell me that mice designed and built Deep Thought, and Deep Thought designed the Earth, which was a giant supercomputer that you built to calculate the ultimate question. Only Vogons destroyed it 10 minutes before the program was completed.
That's bureaucracy for you.
Actually, this explains a lot. All my life, I've had this strange feeling that something was going on in the world. Something big, something sinister.
That's just perfectly normal paranoia. Everyone in the universe has that.
Exterior, Earth 2, English countryside. Arthur and Slatty swoop down and soar over the English countryside, partially constructed. Tall tree stalks with branch and leaves lying beside them, waiting to be attached. Men rolling out sod like a giant carpet, etc.
I don't know. Perhaps I'm old and tired, but I always think that the chances of finding out what's really going on are so absurdly remote that the only thing to do is say, hang the sense of it, keep yourself busy. I'd much rather be happy than bright any day.
And are you?
No, that's where it all falls down, of course. Here we are, then.
The platform slows to a stop. Arthur steps out and is stunned to see his house. It's partially constructed. The chimney lies intact on the ground, waiting to be hoisted up. A row of hedges lies on its side beside a trench. But it's his house, all right?
Is this...
Slidey Bartfast nods. Arthur, in a daze, stumbles toward the house. Interior, Arthur Dent's house, Mark II. Arthur enters his house. There is no furniture, no photographs or books, or any evidence of his existence there. He feels the walls, the countertops. He's home? Arthur! Arthur pokes his head around a wall to find Ford, Zayford, and Trillian sitting at an elegantly set table, stuffing their faces with a meal fit for a king. Interior, Arthur Dent's house, Mark II.
What? What are you doing? What happened to you?
They talk while continuing to stuff food in their mouths.
Funniest thing. Our hosts attacked us with a dismodulating anti-phase stun mist, then brought us to this amazing meal as a way to make it up to us. Try the mutton. It's fantastic.
Well,
They can't seem to stop eating. Oh, sorry. They can't seem to stop eating like they've been drugged.
Hosts attack you, and then you sit down for. Is that tea?
Arthur has spotted a teapot on the table. He hurries to it, feels it, warm. He pours a cup, takes a sip, closes his eyes, enjoying it.
Now that's a cup of tea.
We're glad you like it, Earth creature.
He looks down and sees the 2 white mice sitting on a silver platter.
Got it. After 10
Yay.
million.
Shut up, Troy.
Oh,
Got it. Go, Rob.
After 10 million years on Earth and a rather large chunk of that time in England, it would be utterly humiliating if we didn't know how to make a decent pot of tea.
Arthur stares in shock, can't speak. Arthur, these are our hosts, Benji Mouse and Frankie Mouse. They control a large sector of the universe
Sorry.
in our dimension.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, I thought you were told about the mice.
Yes, I was. I just wasn't prepared for the full reality of it.
Can I take a break? I just need to go to the bathroom. Troy,
Yeah, go for
Troy, can you do like the scene descriptions while I'm gone?
I can do it. Hang on. I got it. He steadied himself on the table.
Sit, Earthman, eat.
Benji pushes his hand through the air. The chair at the end slides backward.
In a moment, perhaps. I can't seem to let go of this table.
Slurry Barfest steps forward. Pardon the interruption, but I'll just be getting back to work now.
That won't be necessary, Slider Barfast.
Troy,
what?
you're up.
Is that fun?
Fucking Christ, man.
You're up, people, Brox.
It's all highlighted there for you, ready to go.
Yeah, I see that. It says that I'm cracking up
Cracking up like your
Like-
stump. Like,
like
smart
a
class.
like
You've been high.
like
say,
he just farted.
say it like you're high.
Yeah, I am high. Yeah. Got it. I'm also upset, so just
Whatever. Eat!
right.
It looks
All right.
like
Yeah.
we won't be needing the new Earth after all. Now that we found the only living native of the planet.
But they've nearly finished the oceans.
That would be all, Slotty Barfest.
Slarty, slightly hurt, backs away out of sight.
I'm sorry, when you say the only living native, do you mean me? What about her?
Benji holds up a strand of hairs, same color as Trillian's.
We performed some rudimentary DNA tests on this ship. She's half native. Her real father, Blahadid, the hyper-intelligent yet carelessly nomadic race native to the planet Orbid, who apparently popped into Earth for a one-nighter with one Miss Frances McMillan.
Just in time. Eliza,
Which explains a lot. She goes back to eating.
oh, go ahead.
Oh, yes. No, Arthur is taking this all in.
So, mostly harmless in me, that's it. We're sorry to have stage managed you so shamelessly. But once we learned you were the only full-blooded Earthling in the universe, it was important that we get you here by any means necessary.
We've spent a considerable amount of time on your planet trying to figure this wretched ultimate question, and the thought of doing it all over again on account of those idiotic Vogons sickens me to no end, which is why you're here.
Earthling, sit.
Arthur goes to pull out the chair beside him.
Not there!
Arthur jumps. The others look up. Benji and Frankie cover their outburst with a smile.
This chair is much more comfortable.
Actually, can you read the descriptions? My throat's sore.
Benji makes a motion. The chair he pushed out before slides over behind Arthur's knees, making him sit.
Drink.
He slides the cup of tea over. Arthur takes a sip.
This is really delicious. Good. Glad you like it. Now to business.
Ford and Zaphod raise their glasses like drunken sailors. To business! Benji and Frankie fire them a look.
Zaphod?
He's upset.
Why?
I don't know.
No clue.
He doesn't have many lines at the moment. That's probably why.
Sorry.
No. Well, wait. What?
God damn it. There you go.
This one?
No.
No?
Sorry. Thought you were proposing a toast. Sorry. Thought you were proposing a toast.
Ford and Zaphod eat. Benji turns... Ooh, my bad.
Ford and Zaphod eat. Benji turns to Arthur. Smiles. No one notices through the window a row of Vogons cresting the hill.
About this ultimate question, you see, we've been offered a quite enormously fat contract to do the 5D TV chat show and lecture circuit, and quite frankly, we're very much inclined to take it.
But, and here's the point, we have to have the product, which means we still need the ultimate question.
Or at least one that sounds ultimate.
Yes, got to sound good.
An ultimate question that sounds good. From a couple of mice for a chat show.
And as it turns out, the chances are astronomically high that the structure of the question is encoded in your brain, which is why we need it. Morty?
I'm sorry, did you just say you needed my brain?
Yes. To extract the question.
You can't have my brain, I'm using it.
Barely.
We can replace it. We can, if you think it's important, but an electronic brain, maybe.
A simple one should suffice. Who would know the difference?
I would.
No, you wouldn't. We could program you not to. Arthur tries to get up, clamps a spring from the chair and wrap around his arms. A dome flips over the back and slams down on his head. Arthur struggles.
Ford, Zephon, Trillion.
They're gorging on the food, half-lidded, out of it.
What are they? What's in the food? What was in that tea?
The platter the mice are standing on rises up, moves toward Arthur. Ominous, surgical instruments spring forward.
Don't worry, you won't feel a thing.
The mice on the platter move ominously toward Arthur. Arthur, still attached to the chair, backs away. Scythes and rotating arms with circular saw blades shoot out. Ominous surgical equipment to remove his brain.
Wait a minute. Just wait a sodding minute.
The scythes and arms stop spinning. Arthur stumbles backwards and sits down in the chair. The others stop eating and listen.
You want the answer to the question that goes with the answer 42. How about what's 6 times 7? Or how many Vogons does it take to screw in a light bulb? Okay, here's one. How many roads must a man walk down? Hey, that's not bad.
Through the opposite window, in much the same way bulldozers arrived in the opening, we see more Vogons arriving.
Fine, take it. There's plenty more where that came from. Because my head is filled with questions. And I can assure you, mate, no answer to any of them has ever brought me one iota of happiness. Confusion, yes. Indecision, loads. But happiness? We don't want to be happy. We want to be rich.
Take his brain!
One road.
Shoot him!
They try to lift the POV gun, but it's way too heavy. Arthur, his butt still strapped to his chair, leaps over to the table and grabs the first thing he sees, a leg of mutton. He raises it high. Benji and Frankie look up. Oh shit! Arthur brings the mutton down, squashing them flat. The others instantly snap out of their food-induced haze. Zaphod suddenly clenches his gut. Oh, I think I'm gonna be sick. Arthur looks up and now he sees the Vogons marching down the hill toward the house. He leans over the table, bumping his teacup. It shatters to the ground. On the hill just beyond, an army of Vogon police march over it. Amongst them, Marvin marches as well, a gun held to his head.
I must warn you, I'm feeling very depressed.
Mr. President, we're here for your protection. Zaphod appears at the front door and waves presidentially. Thank you. The police open fire. Zaphod and the others flee as the barrage continues. Trillian drops the POV gun, goes back for it. Arthur stops her and pulls her behind the truck. Marvin catches a bullet in the back of his head. Sparks fly, and he's thrown forward. Is he dead? Behind the truck. Ford looks at Marvin, laying face down in the dirt, his head emitting smoke. Whew. Okay.
I can have a try about
Okay.
reading again.
Okay. The thing I said about not saving my life because we're even, scratch that. Save it will.
We need that gun.
We need tighter gun control. We need his other head. Okay, I'll create a distraction.
He holds up his towel.
Brilliant plan. I'm certain it will work.
You know, I think sometimes you say things that mean something other than what you're actually saying.
More gunfire erupts. Ford spins his towel until it's twisted and taut. He leaps up and runs towards the Vogon police force, who see him coming, his towel held like he's going to whip someone on the ass.
Ah!
The Vogons are so caught off guard, they back away. Now! She and Arthur both run out toward the gun. I thought I was... Okay.
What are
You already...
Get back!
Fine,
Okay, fine.
They each grab the gun just as Questula realizes...
It's the towel. It's only a towel. Get him.
The police stop their retreat, raise their guns, move forward. Ford skids to a stop and runs back toward Arthur and Trillian, both clinging to the gun, running back toward the truck. Gunfire erupts. Arthur and Trillian trip. The point of the POV gun goes flying and lands in Marvin's arms. The Vogon police run in formation toward the gang, looks back, sees the Vogons approaching. He looks forward. Okay. What? Okay, anyway. He looks forward, sees Marvin raising the gun.
Duck! Where?
He looks to the skies just as Ford fans out his towel and uses it to bring Zaphod, Arthur, and Trillian to the ground, just as Marvin fires the POV gun. Questula ducks. Click. The entire Vogon police force is hit. They instantly stop. Their shoulders slump.
Oh,
Oh, what's the
What's
point?
point? They turn their weapons on themselves and angle on Ford, Zayford, Arthur, and Trillian. Turning their heads as we hear the weapons fire, they look up. All the Vogon police lie motionless on the ground, including Qualtz. Questula is the last man standing. He marches toward them, patches of clump baldness on his head. He drops to his knees.
Shoot me, please, Ethel. Shoot me.
Let's get the
Zayford-
fuck out of here.
Zayford takes the gun, fires it at Questula. He rises and paints on a big smile.
What am I so pissed off about? I'm great. I'm sucking incredible. Everyone loves me. Woohoo! Look at me.
Questula runs towards a lake blowhole, takes off his clothes, and jumps in.
Marvin, you saved our lives.
I know. Wretched, isn't it? Oh man, I love being me.
They share a laugh. Arthur approaches Slighty Bartfast.
Thank you.
I've just been informed by some of the lads that since we're so near completion, we're going to go ahead and finish Earth. We can put it back exactly the way it was when you left, you know? Unless there's anything you'd like to change. Something about your planet, something you think your planet could do without.
Arthur thinks about it, looks around, slowly nods.
Yes, me.
He looks to Trillian, who raises an eyebrow. Really? She smiles. Let's go somewhere.
Yes, you name it, I'll go.
I'm going to hummus. He has my head, I think. Doesn't he? I'm so confused. And I'm hungry. After we get your head, let's grab a bite. I know this great restaurant at the end of the universe.
As they walk away, we cut to Slighty's factory elevator, where they're all bored.
Okay, hold tight.
Everyone grabs the rail, except for Trillian, who holds onto Arthur. Schwumph! Up into the sky they go.
Stand by for commencement of life cycle. All systems checked and cleared. Commencing.
We hear ker-ker-lunk, bzzz, and watch nature burst into life. Animals run, flowers bloom, waterfalls cascade, mountains rise in the mist, monkeys bathe in hot springs, etc. Set to a wonderful, uplifting piece of music. What a wonderful world! Tilt up to the sky. The day turns to night. Stars appear. The heart of gold streaks through the stars. The end. Yay! We did it!
Only 4 hours. Holy shit.
Whoa.
Dude.
No wonder my throat's hurting. I was like, There's a lot
Well.
of description.
All right. Well, if that doesn't put you to sleep, I don't know what will.
One of our members has already gone to sleep.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure he just lit his house on fire.
What? No, we
I
didn't.
hope not. But
No.
I wouldn't put it past him. I wouldn't put it past him. Anyways, for anybody that might still be watching this, granted there's currently one person, and it's not me, I swear to God. I am not
I think it's your
watching.
wife.
Nope, she's asleep. I promise. She's asleep.
Maybe she's
So,
fallen to sleep.
Whoever's out there still watching, this has been Films Done Poorly, as you can tell. We'll probably be back next week unless we get kicked off, or YouTube bans us, or there's a copyright strike, or, just the world ends. I don't know. Anyways, if anybody here would like to shout anything out, their YouTube channel, Facebook, Twitter, whatever. If you still have a Twitter in this channel, you're better than I am. Anyways, we're going to call it a night. Y'all guys have a good one, and catch you in the next one.
Hopefully the one that doesn't take as long.
Yeah.